Is that Gladys' son?
I look more like 15 than you do. I'm not 13. I'm a sophomore, yeah.
Oh, I know. 2 years ago, you were here 2 years ago, weren't you? You were here 2 years ago, right? Yeah.
That was bad.
I think we were up in Lakeville Sully that night. Boy, that was oh, yeah, that was Lakeville that night.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
If you want to save more,
if you want a butcher who knows more,
if you want fewer aisles and more value,
less quantity, more quality,
if you want more of this,
and this,
and this
is Fairway, and this is how we do more.
Putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all and more into meat and grocery.
With 16 bays and several trained technicians, Bill & Ray's operates the finest diesel engine repair and towing service in Southeast Iowa. They perform complete engine repair, electronic diagnostics on all types of engines, drivetrain rebuilding, fleet service, and motor coach repair, along with 24-hour wrecker service with no limit on travel radius. Bill & Ray's will get you back on the road. Bill & Ray's, Highway 23 Oskaloosa, and proud supporter of Oski Indians activities.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Oskaloosa Indians on the Indians Network.
I'm Financial Advisor Jennifer Main.
I'm Financial Advisor Austin Norris.
I'm Financial Advisor Amber Coffey.
I am Financial Advisor Brandon Kane.
I'm Financial Advisor Jason Rosenboom.
I'm Financial Advisor Michael Bush.
Call us today at 1-800-ED-JONES or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good, on or off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab. Kinetic Edge offers friendly and knowledgeable professionals who will get to know you and your goals to help you get back to doing what you love in no time. Find out more at kineticedgept.com.
My name is Amanda Seeley, and I've been coming to Dr. Schuster's office for 15 years now. I'm a mother of 3 little boys, and since having them, they've been coming to Dr. Schuster's office in Oski Dental. It's been really seamless. I expected a little few hiccups, but he just has this approach that they're very comfortable again. You're the best! We're going to shoot for being a lifelong patient.
Every morning before my family and I head out the door for the day, we tell each other to be the one. It's a challenge we make to each other to step up and show kindness when we have the opportunity. I'm Mike Sitzma, a funeral director here at Bates Funeral Chapel. I see families in some of their toughest times. However, I get to see our community at its best through the outpouring of love and support they show those affected by loss. I challenge you to join me and my family to look for opportunities daily to be the one.
This is more than a bundle. It's more than a combo deal. It's not just stuff. This is your home, your car. And you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance. State Farm agents get it. It's why they're here.
Call State Farm agent Wendell Campbell at 641-673-4462.
Come experience Penn Central Mall. With a variety of shops, services, restaurants, and more, Penn Central is the place to go for all your shopping and entertainment needs. Grab a gourmet grilled cheese at Wonder Lunch, shop the latest trends at Maurice's, find the perfect gift at Gardner Collier, or enjoy a night out with ice cream and retro arcade games at Old School Pinball and Arcade. Penn Central also has numerous public events scheduled throughout the year to provide fun for the whole family. Find them on Facebook to stay up to date with deals and upcoming events. Walk, shop, enjoy. Penn Central Mall.
When he's not nursing residents with special needs, James' passion is improving his family residence. Hillary? When she's not teaching undergrads, she's cooking up fun for Carson and Owen. The local home loan experts at Midwest One help them buy their home, pay down principal, make improvements, and build up equity. Their local mortgage service was so easy and affordable that James and Hillary even referred a friend. For local mortgage service, choose Simply Better Banking from Midwest One.
At Mahaska Health, our team is dedicated to caring for you through every season of life. Whether you are in need of a same-day appointment, preparing to expand your family, or about to undergo surgery with our excellent surgical staff, we are dedicated to helping you feel your best, today and every day. Recognized as a top 100 critical access hospital, we are continually driven to enhance the health and well-being of the communities we serve. Mahaska Health.
At Gardner Collier Jewelry, our goal has always been to provide you with the very best jewelry for your money. From plain gold wedding bands to the most exquisite diamond ring, Gardner Collier has it. Our huge selection is sure to exceed your expectations, and our service is second to none. From sterling silver fashion jewelry to the one-of-a-kind diamond fashion piece, Gardner Collier can fill your jewelry desires. For the very best value in fine jewelry, choose Gardner Collier, Quincy Place Mall, Ottumwa, and Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa.
Water is more than just a source of life. We have fun with it, clean with it, grow with it, save lives with it. How water gets to us is rarely ever thought about. But at Clow Valve Company, water is never taken for granted. We design and build some of the most advanced water valves and hydrants in the world from one of the cleanest, greenest, and safest facilities in the United States. Clow Valve Company. It's more.
For nearly 40 years, Musco has specialized in the design and manufacture of sports and large area lighting solutions. From neighborhood ball fields to international speedways, Musco is committed to providing cost-effective lighting solutions and services you can rely on. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting, we make it happen.
Whether you have great credit, not so great credit, or even no credit at all, everyone is welcome at Craig Ford in Oskaloosa. And if your credit score is not so great or even bad, we have the vehicles with extra rebates and incentives to help you rebuild your credit and get you into a nice, dependable vehicle. So whether your credit is great or not so great, let my staff at Craig Ford in Oskaloosa help get you into a nicer, more dependable vehicle.
Stop out at Stam Garden Center and Nursery for all your outdoor needs. Stam Garden Center will have a fresh supply of a wide variety of fall annuals, perennials, shrubs, and trees to fit any budget. Autumn Acres will be open Saturday, September 21st, and be open each Friday evening and Saturday through October 26th. Autumn Acres has family fun for everyone, so stop out at Stam Garden Center and Nursery and experience autumn.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
If you want to save more.
If you want a butcher who knows more. If you want fewer aisles and more value. Less quantity, more quality.
If you want more of this.
And this. And this. This is Fairway, and this is how we do more.
Putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all and more into meat and grocery.
With 16 bays and several trained technicians, Bill & Ray's operates the finest diesel engine repair and towing service in Southeast Iowa. They perform complete engine repair, electronic diagnostics on all types of engines, drivetrain rebuilding, fleet service, and motor coach repair, along with 24-hour wrecker service with no limit on travel radius. Bill & Ray's will get you back on the road. Bill & Ray's, Highway 23 Oskaloosa, and proud supporter of Oski Indians activities.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Oskaloosa Indians on the Indians Network.
I'm financial advisor Jennifer Main.
I'm financial advisor Austin Norris.
I'm financial advisor Amber Coffey.
I am financial advisor Brandon Kane.
I'm financial advisor Jason Rosenboom.
I'm financial advisor Michael Bush.
Call us today at 1-800-ED-JONES or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good, on or off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab. Kinetic Edge offers friendly and knowledgeable professionals who will get to know you and your goals to help you get back to doing what you love in no time. Find out more at kineticedgept.com.
My name is Amanda Seeley, and I've been coming to Dr. Schuster's office for 15 years now. I'm a mother of 3 little boys, and since having them, they've been coming to Dr. Schuster's office in Oski Dental. It's been really seamless. I expected a little few hiccups, but he just has this approach that they're very comfortable again. You're the best! We're going to shoot for being a lifelong patient.
Every morning before my family and I head out the door for the day, we tell each other to be the one. It's a challenge we make to each other to step up and show kindness when we have the opportunity. I'm Mike Sitzma, funeral director here at Bates Funeral Chapel. I see families in some of their toughest times. However, I get to see our community at its best through the outpouring of love and support they show those affected by loss. I challenge you to join me and my family to look for opportunities daily to be the one.
This is more than a bundle. It's more than a combo deal. It's not just stuff. This is your home, your car. And you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance. State Farm agents get it. It's why they're here.
Call State Farm agent Wendell Campbell at 641-673-4462.
Come experience Penn Central Mall. With a variety of shops, services, restaurants, and more, Penn Central is the place to go for all your shopping and entertainment needs. Grab a gourmet grilled cheese at Wonder Lunch. Shop the latest trends at Maurice's. Find the perfect gift at Gardner Collier. Or enjoy a night out with ice cream and retro arcade games at Old School Pinball and Arcade. Penn Central also has numerous public events scheduled throughout the year to provide fun for the whole family. Find them on Facebook to stay up to date with deals and upcoming events. Walk, shop, enjoy. Penn Central Mall.
When he's not nursing residents with special needs, James' passion is improving his family residence. Hillary? When she's not teaching undergrads, she's cooking up fun for Carson and Owen. The local home loan experts at Midwest One help them buy their home, pay down principal, make improvements, and build up equity. Their local mortgage service was so easy and affordable that James and Hillary even referred a friend. For local mortgage service, choose Simply Better Banking from Midwest One.
At Mahaska Health, our team is dedicated to caring for you through every season of life. Whether you are in need of a same-day appointment, preparing to expand your family, or about to undergo surgery with our excellent surgical staff, we are dedicated to helping you feel your best, today and every day. Recognized as a top 100 critical access hospital, we are continually driven to enhance the health and well-being of the communities we serve. Mahaska Health.
At Gardner Collier Jewelry, our goal has always been to provide you with the very best jewelry for your money. From plain gold wedding bands to the most exquisite diamond ring, Gardner Collier has it. Our huge selection is sure to exceed your expectations, and our service is second to none. From sterling silver fashion jewelry to the one-of-a-kind diamond fashion piece, Gardner Collier can fill your jewelry desires. For the very best value in fine jewelry, choose Gardner Collier, Quincy Place Mall, Ottumwa, and Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa.
Water is more than just a source of life. We have fun with it, clean with it, grow with it, save lives with it. How water gets to us is rarely ever thought about. But at Clow Valve Company, water is never taken for granted. We design and build some of the most advanced water valves and hydrants in the world from one of the cleanest, greenest, and safest facilities in the United States. Clow Valve Company, it's more.
For nearly 40 years, Musco has specialized in the design and manufacture of sports and large area lighting solutions. From neighborhood ball fields to international speedways, Musco is committed to providing cost-effective lighting solutions and services you can rely on. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting, we make it happen.
Whether you have great credit, not so great credit, or even no credit at all, everyone is welcome at Craig Ford in Oskaloosa. And if your credit score is not so great or even bad, we have the vehicles with extra rebates and incentives to help you rebuild your credit and get you into a nice, dependable vehicle. So whether your credit is great or not so great, let my staff at Craig Ford in Oskaloosa help get you into a nicer, more dependable vehicle.
Stop out at STEM.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Washington as the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford, is on the air. The Indians Network is a partnership between MCG, Thunder Country, KIIC, also Oskaloosa News, and cooperation with the Oskaloosa Video Production students and also the Oskaloosa Community School District. Thanks for joining us tonight here on the Indians Network on the road in Washington. My name is Jamie Brockman, and getting ready for a big game tonight. Always a fun, physical, exciting matchup between Oskaloosa and Washington. We'll be back with our pregame show powered by Mahaska Drug, and I'll bring my partner Doug DeCock in. That will be coming up in just a minute after we hear from our title partner, title sponsor Craig Ford, and our pregame sponsor Mahaska Drug.
Whether you have great credit, not so great credit, or even no credit at all, everyone is welcome at Craig Ford in Oskaloosa. And if your credit score is not so great or even bad, we have the vehicles with extra rebates and incentives to help you rebuild your credit and get you into a nice, dependable vehicle. So whether your credit is great or not so great, let my staff at Craig Ford in Oskaloosa help get you into a nicer, more dependable vehicle.
Go Hawks! Go Cyclones!
Go to Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa for all things black and gold and cardinal and gold. It's one of the largest collections of sports gear for both teams anywhere in the state. Mahaska Drug has it all. It's a fun store to shop, loaded with ideas to make life a little entertaining, a little more enjoyable, and it's all in one store.
Hawkeyes! Cyclones! Hawkeyes! Cyclones!
Let everyone know with Hawkeye and Cyclone merchandise from Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's big, really big.
Welcome back, everybody, to Washington as we get ready for week 2 of the high school football season here on the Indians Network. presented by Craig Ford. We welcome you to our pregame show, powered by Mahaska Drug. My name is Jamie Brockman. I'm joined in the broadcast booth, the Wood Iron Grill Press Box, by Doug DeCock. On the sideline tonight, we have Oskaloosa High School sophomore and OVP student Charlie North. And making the trip here, running the camera for us tonight, is Camden Silvers, also from the OVP program at Oskaloosa Community High School. So we're glad you're with us tonight, and hopefully we're able to bring you a big Indians win. Double D, Doug DeCock, we go back to a week ago, the season opener Friday night. There were some bright points, some not so bright points, as you expect in week one. But Oskaloosa found a way to come away with a 29-22 win over a pretty good Pella Christian team.
Yeah, they did, Jamie, and you're right. There were some good points, and there were some things that we really need to work on. And this is a big ball game. It's a non-district game, but with the way the playoff system's set up, there's not much room for error. Both these teams have difficult games later on down the year. You can't afford a slip up this early in the year. So this has turned into quite a rivalry. And if you're going to show up over here in Washington, you better bring some emotion, and you better be ready to hit somebody, because they're going to come at you, and you got to answer the bell here and not back down.
Absolutely. Washington is a very physical, very chippy football team, and if you go back in the history of this, just to a year ago, in fact, there were all kinds of unsportsmanlike penalties and moments in that ball game where people kind of lost their cool for Washington. So I know that's been a focus of Coach Jenkins and the Oski coaching staff this week, is to walk away, keep your head focused, don't do anything that's going to hurt the team, and don't let Washington get in your heads. So Washington is 1-0. They beat Marion 27-6 a week ago. And Oskaloosa 1-0 with their 29-22 win over Pella Christian. Let's talk about the Oski offense first, Doug. Tell you what, the sophomore quarterback, Will Schultz, making his first start a week ago, had, I thought, a great performance. He was 50% passing. He was 11 of 22 for a touchdown and an interception, 157 yards through the air, about a 14.3 yard per completion average. He also rushed for 112 yards on the ground on 12 carries and a touchdown. And so he combined for 269 total yards a week ago for the sophomore quarterback, Will Schultz. Pretty good debut.
Yeah, I thought he had a really good debut. And one thing that we talked about last week, and hopefully it gets a little bit better tonight, is we got to have Tyler Miller touching the ball and hopefully getting on the edges. Washington usually, and they got some big dudes in there. They got 6'5", Trayshawn Willis at linebacker in there, so we might have to get on the edges, try to get outside of them a little bit, and see what we can do. But yeah, Will did a great job. He threw the ball well from the pocket. I thought the line did a good job forming a pocket for him. But tonight might be a different story. You might have to get outside of the tackles a little bit more.
All right, looking at some of the numbers for Washington, their passing game struggled a week ago. They were 9 of 22 through the air for 103 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But they do return their quarterback from a year ago, Luke Turner, who had a very good season throwing the football a year ago. On the ground, they rushed 36 times for 356 yards and 4 touchdowns, averaged just under 10 yards per offensive carry for 459 total yards in offense. Oskaloosa was 12 of 24 throwing the football for 199 yards, touchdown, and 2 interceptions. One was thrown by Will Schultz and the other by Tyler Miller on a halfback pass. They rushed 41 times for 146 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the Indians put up 345 total yards in offense a week ago. Doug, you and I were talking on the trip down here that 9 of 22 a week ago passing through the air for Washington quarterback Luke Turner may be a little bit misleading. He had some pretty good numbers a year ago.
Yeah, he did, Jamie. He had a QB rating of 130 last year. He was 108 for 200 out of 211 for a little over 51% for 1,446 yards. The impressive thing to me was he had 16 TDs and only 4 INTs. So he really makes this team go. Not only can he throw it, he can run. He had 508 yards rushing. Who to look for on the other side of his passes? Ethan Hunt, number 84 tonight. He was their leading receiver last year with 470 yards-wise. But get this, he averaged 23.5 yards a catch on 20 catches. So look for Washington. Those numbers tell me that somehow they set up a play to get him wide open during the game.
Yep, and you may have mentioned it just there, Doug, but, he's also a running quarterback, much like Will Schultz. I think the offenses are going to be very similar. In fact, they both like to do a little bit of running, a little bit of passing. The quarterback will have the ball in his hands a lot. Turner rushed for 64 yards on 9 carries a week ago, 2 touchdowns. He had a 55-yard run. Wyatt Stout was their leading rusher a week ago, 18 carries, 103 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he also had a 47-yard touchdown run. Leading receiver for the Demons last week was Brady Knutson, 3 catches for 44 yards. Ethan Hunt, 4 grabs for 35 yards. And their kicker, Zach Stout, he does all their kicking. He does their PAT, their kickoffs, their punts. He was 3 of 3 on PATs, had 1 touchback on kickoffs, punted 6 times for a 31-yard average, and his longest punt was 48 yards for Zach Stout, the Washington punter. Oskaloosa last week, Will Schultz, led the way on the ground, 27 carries, 112 yards, touchdown, average just over 4 yards a carry. Tyler Miller, 12 carries, 37 yards, and 2 touchdowns last week. Isaac Schultz was the leading receiver for the Indians, 3 catches for 45 yards. What I like most, Doug, is that for a team that's not supposed to be a passing team, Will Schultz, 11 of 22 a week ago, and he hit 6 different receivers who caught passes. Isaac Schultz, again, the leader, 3 for 45 yards. Cale Holmberg caught 3 for 41. Noah Van Veldhuizen, 1 big catch for 40 yards. Wyatt Creer got the first touchdown of the year, and he caught 2 passes for 28 yards. Connor Spry caught a couple, and Tyler Miller had 1 receiving catch as well.
Yeah, Cooper Spry had 2 big catches in that game to keep first downs and keep drives moving along. So he's listed. We'll see quite a bit of Cooper tonight, I think.
Absolutely. On the return side, Tyler Miller, 3 punt returns last week, averaged about 19 yards per return. He's going to break some this year, I promise you that. And then on the punting side, Will Schultz, the punter, punted 3 times for 27-yard average a week ago. So, as you can see on your screen, warm-ups continuing here. It is a beautiful night in Washington for Week 2 of Football Friday Night here on the Indians Network, presented by Mahaska Drug. Again, the Indians Network is a partnership formed between MCG, Thunder Country, KIIC, also Oskaloosa News, and, of course, we work in cooperation with the Oskaloosa video production students in class at Oskaloosa Community High School. And, again, tonight we've got 2 of them. We've got Charlie North here. He's on the sideline. He's a sophomore. And we have running the camera here in the booth with us, Camden Silvers making the trip tonight. So thank you to both of those OVP students, getting some great experience. Speaking of Charlie North, let's bring him in real quick, make sure everything's working over there on the visiting sideline. Charlie North on our wireless microphone. Are you over there?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for making the trip tonight. And, boy, I tell you what is it like over there, pregame atmosphere on the Indian sideline and where the Indian fans are?
There's a pretty good amount of fans over here, and they seem to be pretty excited. It's a pretty big game for out of conference. It's a bit of a drive, so it's a little surprising to see this many fans here, including a large group of students.
So what are you expecting? What has the talk been around school this week? I know you're close with a lot of these athletes, and what have they been saying, and what's everybody kind of feeling coming into this game?
They seem pretty confident. I mean, they have a really good group of seniors. Will had a really good game last week, and they're pretty confident they can get the same result.
All right, sounds good. That is Charlie North. He's over on the Oskaloosa sideline on our wireless microphone, and he's a sophomore at Oskaloosa High School, and we'll be talking to him throughout the game, and he'll get a halftime interview with Coach Jake Jenkins and hopefully a postgame interview down on the field as well. Well, you are watching Oskaloosa Indian football Week 2 on the road here at Washington. Our pregame is powered by Mahaska Drug. Yesterday, I had a chance to sit down and visit with Oskaloosa head football coach Jake Jenkins. We talked about the Week 1 win, and we talked about what to expect tonight here at Washington. We'll take a quick break here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford, and we'll be right back, and we'll see that visit I had with Oskaloosa head football coach Jake Jenkins as our pregame continues, powered by Mahaska Drug.
Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good, on or off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab. Kinetic Edge offers friendly and knowledgeable professionals who will get to know you and your goals to help you get back to doing what you love in no time. Find out more at kineticedgept.com.
He told me before he was able to play.
Go get something.
I'm like talking on.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Wood Iron Grill press box here at Washington High School Football Stadium as our pregame show continues, powered by Mahaska Drug. As I said yesterday, I had a chance to sit down, as I do every week, with Oskaloosa head football coach Jake Jenkins. Let's watch and hear the discussion with Oskaloosa's head football coach Jake Jenkins. Welcome back to our pregame show coverage powered by Mahaska Drug. I'm Jamie Brockman, and we're pleased to be joined here in week 2 by Oskaloosa head football coach Jake Jenkins, as Oskaloosa on the road tonight for the first time to take on Washington. First of all, Coach, good start to the season last week. Congratulations on the win over PC.
Thanks a bunch. After last year, we wanted to take care of this game. And throughout the game, you started to see flashes of the year before where we were making big mistakes, and they just kept staying in the game, kept staying in. So I was really happy to come away with the victory at the end of the night.
A couple of big drives in that game by your kids at crucial moments. The one right before half, and then the ultimate game winner.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, the best drive we had was the last one, and the best formation in football is victory formation. And so to end the game like that and be able to burn the clock like we did at the end and control the ball and then go out with a knee, that's just picture perfect.
Let's talk about the offensive performance last week. Obviously, you guys have had a chance to break down your own film and go to work this week in practice. So what were some of the goods and from last week and some things that you found to work on too?
Lots of good things. Lots of young guys stepping up playing, and they're playing really hard and they're being coachable. Obviously, there are a million little mistakes here. There's like 10 plays. If we make one block, we take it to the house. Whether that's a 90-yard run or whether that's a 10-yard pass, we're like one guy away from making some really explosive plays on offense. So if we can clean those things up, we're gonna score a lot more points.
Sophomore quarterback Will Schultz really came in and I thought played pretty poised. Threw the ball, fairly well for his first varsity outing and ran the ball very well, obviously. Yep. And on the passing side, 6 different receivers caught passes for you.
Absolutely. We want to spread it out. We want to just go all over the place and not really let people key in on individuals. And also, he had 50% of his completion. That's our goal. And even Cole Henry's first few starts didn't do that. So to complete 50% the first time out, I know we had some ugly ones in there, but to at least get 50% of them is a great start.
A couple near misses, too. So.
Oh, absolutely.
So got the win last week over PC, and what's been your main focus in practice this week between week 1 and week 2?
Cleaning up those little things. Offensively, it's one block and we score a touchdown. It's one block here, one block there. Somebody misses this, somebody doesn't do that, or somebody steps the wrong. So it's cleaning up those little things, and defensively as well, we got to make better reads. We had a pretty good defensive game plan, but when the bullets are flying and then you're in that varsity role for the first time, it's really hard to make those reads when you're reading, like pulling guards and tackles, things like that. So we're going back to fundamentals, and we're just trying to reteach those and recoach those throughout the week.
Well, this week on the road, as we said, at Washington, always a tough place to play. And Washington, as you and I discussed on the Indians Corner, is a pretty physical team.
Yeah, very
typically
physical.
Year in and year out. 6-3 a year ago. We beat them 30-20 last year. They have won their last 4 games, though. So what does Washington bring to the table this year?
They're better. They're always really big up front. They're big and physical. So offense and defensive lines are their strong suit. The quarterback is a returning starter, and he's really tough as well. And they have some big, tall receivers on the edge. So they're a normal, big, tough, physical Washington team that's well coached. They're going to come out and they're going to play hard for 4 quarters.
Sounds like, at least looking at the stats from last week, the numbers look similar to how we play. They have a running quarterback, and their passing game is kind of 50% right now.
Yeah, I'd say they are. They're very similar with that, and they want to win the line of scrimmage, and that's one of our goals week in and week out. And that's what they did week 1. They were much better than they were a year ago, and they were winning the line of scrimmage, and they absolutely took it to Marion in week 1.
So. Week 1 to week 2, everybody healthy? Do you have everybody ready to go this week, or are there some guys still sitting out?
We have some guys banged up. We have some guys taping up ankles and things. Aaron Blom's questionable. That's going to be a game-time decision. We'll find out with him. He has an ankle injury. Mason Ford's been out. He's been banged up a little bit, but he's been practicing the last few days. So we'll see. For the most part, we're doing pretty good, knock on wood. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see what happens with Aaron as well.
All right. As you break down Washington, obviously we know they're physical and big. Do you see any areas where you really feel that you can take advantage or capitalize?
Well, that's a good question. We always like to, we always try to attack where we think the soft spots are. Defensively, they're tough. We're looking at some of their coverages and things, and we're trying to find the soft spots so we can really exploit them and really take advantage of that. So based off film, we do have a few things that we've written down, a few plays that we have in. And then, defensively, we just got to be ready for that read option. Again, they run the read option. They like to throw the ball downfield, vertical threats. Vegas just straight goes and scissor routes and different combination routes. So we got to be able to get ready to win line of scrimmage, stop the read option and then run pass option, and then watch out for those vertical threats as well.
All right. Well, the old cliche says the most improvements come between week 1 and week 2 generally.
That's true.
So do you feel like your team accomplished that this week, and do you feel like you're ready to go?
I do feel like, especially Tuesdays and Wednesdays practices, they were good. We stepped it up. We were full pads those days, and so I do feel like we got a better look from our scouts. So our scout team, you're only as good as your scout team. I feel like they were actually winning plays. Scout team was winning plays on offense and on defense, and that's good. We want our guys to get beat so that they can step it up and they can get better. So much better look from our team as a whole into great practices in the middle of the week, and so I'm assuming that's really going to help us on Friday.
All right. Well, Coach, good luck to you and the Indians, and go get Washington.
Thank you very much.
That is Oskaloosa head football coach Jake Jenkins joining us here on our pregame powered by Mahaska Drug. I'm Jamie Brockman. Big thanks to OVP for filming this pregame interview and also for bringing you coverage from Washington today here on the Indians Network. We'll take a break and we'll be back with more of our pregame powered by Mahaska Drug right after this. And welcome back to the Wood Iron Grill Press Box here in Washington, Iowa, here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. I'm Jamie Brockman, and Doug DeCock, my broadcast partner, joining me here on the broadcast. And we are in the Wood Iron Grill Press Box. Hello, everybody. Thanks for watching tonight on the all-new Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford, a partnership with MCG, Oski News, Thunder Country KIIC, and also the Oskaloosa Video Production students and Oskaloosa High School. Again, Camden Silver is running the camera for us tonight, making the trip to Washington, and Charlie North over on the sidelines. We'll be hearing from him throughout the game. Well, Double D, Doug DeCock, what do you think are keys to an Indian victory tonight here on the road against a very physical Washington team?
Well, once again, it's always going to be turnovers, but I also think our defense needs to step up tonight and be able to control Washington's running game. If we can force them into some third and longs, maybe some pass, obvious pass situations, we're going to have a much better chance. So I think defensively, we've got to step up and stop the running game. Their quarterback's a good runner. Offensively, I think we got to be able to get on the edges a little bit. Get Tyler Miller the ball. Will Schultz make good decisions. Talked with him a little bit on Saturday after last week's game. I said, Bud, you can, on first down, you can throw that ball out of bounds as long as there's a wide receiver there. So that's hard for young guys to understand that concept, but he's a quick learner, so hopefully he makes a step. I look for, we did good on penalties. I look for a much better game execution-wise tonight from the Indians.
All right. Well, as we said, the Oski Indians mixed it up pretty well. A week ago, they went to the air 24 times. They rushed the ball 41 times and had pretty good production on both sides of the football. On your screen right now, you see the Washington High School Marching Band as they present their pregame performance. Both teams have now gone back to their respective locker rooms, and will be coming back out here in just a moment. So I believe we're going to have the national anthem coming up here momentarily. Looks like they're doing a parents' night or something here on the marching band.
Well, it must be senior night. I saw the bands out.
Yeah.
Or the banners out.
Yeah, so maybe they're doing senior night early in the season, where a lot of times they do it on the last home football game of the season. So,
yep.
Anyway, the Washington High School Marching Band, they're honoring some of their members right now, specifically their seniors. So, again, if you're just tuning in, we are live in Washington, Iowa, here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. I'm Jamie Brockman, joined by Double D, Doug DeCock, and Washington host tonight to Oskaloosa. The Demons are 1-0. Beating Marion a week ago, 27-6, 459 total yards in offense. Oski 1-0, coming off the 29-22 win over Pella Christian, 345 yards total offense a week ago. Let's talk about the Indian defense. We've been talking about the offense. We haven't talked about the defense yet. Pretty darn good defensive performance a week ago by the Indians. They did struggle against that open, that jet sweep play. They figured it out as the game went on, though, did a good job adjusting. But Reed Brown led the way with 6 tackles. Tyler Miller, Colin Snitker each with 5.5. Wyatt Creer, 5 tackles and an interception. Noah Van Veldhuizen had a big fumble recovery. So there were some bright spots for the Indian defense last week.
Yeah, I remember Mason Ford early in that game had caused a fumble that Noah recovered, the fumble he recovered. Tyler Miller's only going to get better at linebacker. He hasn't played there for a couple years, so he'll get more and more comfortable there. There is an injury update tonight. Aaron Blom will not be playing for the Indians, and we were in hopes of seeing him back at the linebacker position, which would really help out that defense. So we're going to need Colin Snitker to step up and Wyatt Creer, and everybody's got to step their game up a little bit. Washington also has a huge injury in one of their top linemen, number 76. His name is
Zane Laws.
Zane Laws. He's 6'4", 220-pound junior. He is out. Look, his arm is in a sling. So there's a couple big injuries on both sides of the ball. Oskaloosa also has a transfer that moved in dressing tonight, Tommy Melton, and he is a good-sized player. He's 6'4", 270 pounds. And according to our sideline guy, Charlie, he's heard he's a pretty good football player. So we'll look for him to maybe make an impact tonight on offense or defense, Tommy Melton tonight.
All right, so, that Zane Laws is a defensive lineman for Washington. He's not listed on the starting offense, but he is one of their starting defensive linemen. As Doug said, 6'4", 220, big body. They have some big boys up front. One of them is Ryan Freese. I expect they're going to run behind him a lot. 6'4", 265-pound senior on that front offensive line for Washington, and look for him to open up some holes. And our guys up front, specifically guys like Kenny Satimi and Colton Butler, a couple of our defensive tackles up front, are going to have to find ways to get around Freese, because I guarantee you their offense is going to run through him a lot, Doug, when you got a big body like that up front.
Yeah, we got the national anthem. Here we go.
All right, we're going to pause here for the national anthem from the Washington High School Marching Band. No, show the flag. All right, job well done by the Washington High School Marching Band. Well, this is the pregame show powered by Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. Getting ready for week 2 kickoff here between Oskaloosa and Washington. It's just moments away. And the band marching off the field, and then the teams will meet at midfield. The captains will come out and meet, do the old coin toss, figure out who starts on offense and who starts on defense. And what do you want to do, Doug, when you're on the road? You want to come out and all guns blaring and go on offense, or do you want to try to shut them down right away on their home field?
I think you want to go on offense. Let's get the ball, see what's going to happen right away. I just don't think our defense is a dominating enough defense to where you want to, let them have the ball and you're going to stick them and hold them back and get a 3 and out. So one other thing, Jamie, it is another beautiful night, 73 degrees, no wind here in Washington. And, man, the weatherman has been nice.
Yes. Let's take a look at those weather conditions here as we get ready for kickoff tonight. And the weather conditions are and field conditions are brought to you each and every week here on the Indians Network by Totalscape Lawn Care and Landscaping in Oskaloosa. And we appreciate the support of them on our broadcasts. And again, Doug, what'd you say? It's perfect weather, 74 degrees right now in Oskaloosa?
Yeah, my phone's just a little bit different, but, man, is it nice out.
All right, so, yeah, my phone shows currently 74 degrees, humidity 61%, wind speeds a little bit breezy, a little bit breezier than last week anyway, about 10-mile-an-hour breeze right now here at Washington, as we get ready for high school football Friday night, week 2 of the season here on the Indians Network.
Two of the bigger games in the state in 3A, in my opinion, Jamie, are occurring between these two districts because Washington and Oskaloosa are doing battle here in Washington, and Pella and Mount Pleasant are hooking up tonight also. So they're in Washington's district. So a couple good cross-district matchups going on here in the second week of the football season.
All right. Well, didn't see, have they met yet? No, they're going to meet here in just a second. And see if Camden can zoom in on that as they walk out to the field.
Charlie, do the Indians look ready? You got to play with emotion in this game.
Yeah, they seem to be ready to go. They're already crowding the sideline, looking like they want to get out there.
All right. That's Charlie North, our sideline reporter. He's going to try to bring you some insights tonight, maybe from some coaches' meetings or what they're trying to get done or their adjustments that they might be making on offense and defense. Washington. They've got 4 you must only be able to bring 4 captains out. They got another one standing by the referee. Oski has 4 of them standing off to the side, so.
All right. Well, we'll wait till they figure out who's starting where. So captain's meeting out at midfield right now. Officials explaining some of the general just rules, to each team, and they'll toss the coin, and the captains will decide whether they want the ball or they want to kick.
This game has been 3 years in a row here since they've resumed playing each other. Oskaloosa leads it 2-1, winning a tight one in Oskaloosa. Was that 3 years ago, 28-27 to knock Washington out of the playoffs and put Oskaloosa in. Then the Demons beat the Indians 2 years ago here in Washington. Oskaloosa was still able to make the playoffs that year. Washington also made the playoffs, and then last year Oskaloosa victorious at home. So the home teams won every time in the last 3 years.
All right. Looks like Washington is going to receive the opening kick. So the Washington Demons will have first offensive possession in this game tonight. So let's take a look at your starting lineups. Again, you've been watching our pregame show coverage, and our pregame each and every week is presented by Mahaska Drug. All right, so offensively for Washington, up front, the big guy we talked about on the offensive line, Ryan Freese, a 6'4", 265-pound senior. Also, Jaden Crawford, a 5'11", 260-pound senior. Lucas Ellis, a 6', 185-pound senior. Cale Adam, 5'11", 220 pounds junior. And Roy Carter, a 6', 170-pound junior, are the offensive linemen for Washington. Wide receivers will be Ethan Hunt. He's a senior. Also, Brady Knutson, a senior. Spencer Sotelo, a junior. And Zach Stout, a junior. The running back will be Wyatt Stout. He's a junior. And the Washington quarterback returning is Luke Turner, the 5'10", 185-pound senior. Defensively for Oskaloosa, the defensive ends will be Walker Newman, a 5'9", 215-pound senior. Also Noah Van Veldhuizen, a 6'2", 210-pound senior. The tackles up front, Kenny Satimi, a 6'1", 242-pound senior, and Colton Butler, a 6'3", 208-pound senior. Linebackers, Cody Gunn, Colin Snitker, Tyler Miller. The safeties are Wyatt Creer and Reed Brown. The cornerbacks are Sullivan Ty and Isaac Schultz. So that's your starting defense for Oskaloosa and the starting offense for the Washington Demons.
All right, JB, here we go. This is going to be a good one and a big game here in Southeast Iowa.
All right. There is the kickoff by Carson Jensko, and a scramble over on the far sideline. And Washington does have possession. There's no return on the kick.
Well, Jensko hit that ball perfect. It took an end over end, and it hit the point and popped over one line of defense, and Washington almost lost it on a fumble. So they're going to start. They're going to start from their own 19-yard line. So good job by the Oskaloosa kickoff team.
All right, so we'll see what Washington can do. Offensively, and how the Indians can start off this game on defense. First down and 10, Washington. Line of scrimmage is the Washington 19-yard line, and they hand it off, and he angles over to the left side, and a decent run. He's across the 25 out near the 30-yard line, picks up about 8 on first down, it looks like, 7 or 8.
Well, that was certainly a good first down play, and you're right, he picked up 8 yards right there. Now, well, quite a little pistol, trips to the right for Washington here. One back in the backfield.
And pass in the flat, caught across the 30-35, makes the guy miss. 40, wrapped up by 2 Indians and brought down at the 42-yard line. That is a first down for Washington, a gain of 16.
Well, nice play there. Another nice play by Washington. Our cornerbacks got to get off the block and try to make a tackle or at least slow the pass receiver down.
2 nice plays, 2 plays, 24 yards gained by Washington here to start this first quarter. Keep it on the ground again, right side. He gets through the hole, stiff arm at midfield, crosses midfield. Wyatt Creer riding his back, and he carries him to the 40-yard line. That's another first down by Washington, and a nice hard run right there by the Washington back. That's Wyatt Stout.
Well, they're making it look easy here, Jamie.
What did he gain on that one?
19.
19. Wow, he's got 2 carries, 27 yards already for Wyatt Stout.
So Washington now goes with an empty backfield. A lot of the times they'll bring a guy in motion here, and they'll run that jet sweep similar to what PC did.
And they snap it into the backfield. It's a draw. That's the quarterback. We talked about him. He runs a lot. That's a design quarterback draw on the left side, and he has big room again. He's down to the 30-yard, just shy of the 30-yard line.
Boy,
picks
this
up
is
9.
Way too easy right now for Washington. They are just gashing us with 36 yards rushing in the first 4 plays.
Stout with 27, and the quarterback Turner, who just picked up 9 there. So it is second down and short, just shy of the Oskaloosa 30-yard line. Motion coming from the left, and that's Stout. Now he moves into the backfield. Quarterback moves to the left, then comes back right, throws, and that is incomplete.
Well, we got some pressure there. It looks like I think it was Colin Snitker, number 27, was able to get a little bit of pressure on the quarterback. He threw it away here to the right. So number 84 is the gentleman for Washington that averaged 23.5 yards. That's Ethan Hunt. He's a senior, 5'11", 155 for Washington.
Third down and short now for the Demons. Still just shy of the 30-yard line of Oskaloosa. Be a big stop for the Indians should they be able to get it here on third and short. From the shotgun, it's quarterback keep, draw play, and he is fighting for the first down. It's going to be close.
Well, he might have barely got it.
Yeah, I think he might have got it when he fell forward, but I haven't seen any signal yet.
No,
he's short by about the nose of the football, so it's going to be 4th and short. Nope, they're going to give it to him. First down. So never mind that. First down, Washington.
Okay. So Washington with their third first down here in the first quarter, 9:20 left, and they're moving right down the field.
1st and 10 now at the Oskaloosa 30. Here is the snap. And Wyatt Stout, the ball carrier, he dives forward to the 25, picks up 5.
Yeah, number 43 for Oskaloosa, Cody Gunn getting in there on the tackle. They got to read it quick. Our safeties are probably going to have to help out on this run game, but there's still a good 5-yard pickup for the Demons.
I've got Washington unofficially 5 rushes, 42 yards on this opening drive. 2nd down and 5, Washington from the Oskaloosa 25-yard line. Opening drive of the football game here in Washington on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. Under pressure, Cody Gunn again pressuring the quarterback. He throws on the run off his back foot, and he has a man at the 5, but it is incomplete.
Well, Reed Brown on the coverage back there, he did a good job. He was all over his guy. Cody Gunn came on a blitz there, and the quarterback was able to break contain, so we got to do a little bit better job on keeping the quarterback, contained, but Gunn putting pressure on the quarterback again.
3rd down and 5, Washington. They got 3 receivers right, 1 left this time. Stout alone in the backfield next to quarterback. Looking to throw on 3rd and 5. And he pump fakes, now starts to scramble, throws. He's got a man caught middle of the field. He's across the 10. And looks like he's going to be down around the 8-yard line.
Yeah,
that's going to be another first down.
About the 8-yard line, so
picked up
17 yards.
17. Second pass completion for Turner for 33 yards.
Well, nice scramble there by Turner, number 27 for, I think it was 27. Broke open there, and Turner hit him with a nice little crossing route. That actually was Snitker on the coverage there. So we mentioned pregame that defense was going to be the key here for Oskaloosa tonight. Can they control the running game and this Washington offense? And the answer is no right now. We got to step it up a little bit here. Washington under a new coaching staff. This is their second year here at Washington. They went 6-3 last year.
Knutson in motion, and that's going to be
touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington.
Just way too easy.
Was that I was looking away, Doug. Was that the quarterback?
No, that was the running back.
Stout?
Yeah.
All right.
I got him for 50 yards rushing on that drive. 34.
Yeah, Washington just driving down the field pretty much at ease there, Doug. Really not challenged much by Oskaloosa on that opening drive. PAT is good, and Washington is going to be out to a 7-0 lead here early on over Oskaloosa in this football game. So, 7-0. Washington leads, Doug. Oskaloosa now is going to have to answer on their opening drive, and hopefully our offense can come out and drive down the field.
Well, they sure made it look easy there, Jamie. 34 yards passing on 2 completions. They just ran the ball right down our throat. And this is reminiscent of what we saw here 2 years ago, and we just flat out couldn't stop Washington's running game. And this game looks to be starting the same way. 2 for 2 on passes. No, they
2 for 3.
2 for 3. They had an incompletion there, but not a good start for the Indians.
So Stout with a 5-yard touchdown run. He had 4 carries for 37 yards unofficially on that opening drive. Oh. Okay, hang on.
Okay, Oskaloosa dropping back here.
Go ahead. All right, so the kickoff coming up here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford, as we are live in Washington, Iowa. Here comes the kickoff for Washington. They lead 7-0, scoring on that opening drive.
It's 8-0.
8-0, I'm sorry.
I was looking at my stats. They must have went for 2 and got it.
Deep kick. Tyler Miller fields it at the 7-yard line, looking for a hole, trying to get away at the 20, and they're going to wrestle him down just shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Tyler Miller on the return. So here come the Oskaloosa Indians on offense for the first time tonight here at Washington.
Well, Oskaloosa better pick it up intensity-wise, and because Washington looks pretty fired up here. We need to get a couple first downs just to kind of stem this momentum a little bit. Here comes the offense. Schultz at quarterback.
So 8-0 Washington leading here in the first quarter. Oskaloosa starting 1st and 10 from their own 18. Will Schultz keeping it himself right side, and they're going to hit him for a loss at the 17-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 1.
Yeah, they ran a safe play there. They had kind of like a power formation, and he ran right behind the 2 backs and nothing there. Might need to look to cut back against this defense because they're going to flow right to where you take them, and you got to kind of go around them.
2nd and 11 from the 17-yard line. Oskaloosa keeping it on the ground. That is Tyler Miller carrying the ball that time, and he picks up 3 to the 20. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Oskaloosa. I imagine we'll see Schultz go to the air here on 3rd and long. 3rd and 9 from just shy of their own 20-yard line. Noah Van Veldhuizen split wide left. Isaac Schultz wide right. Miller in motion out of the backfield. Schultz rolling right, throws, and it is caught by Wyatt Creer. That is a first down and more on the far sideline. He's across the 35, wrestled down at the 37-yard line. 18-yard connection. Will Schultz to Wyatt Creer for the first down.
Well, beautiful play there by the Indians. Creer able to get open, and Schultz puts it right on the money in a big 18-yard gain. He also had the swing man wide open in the flat there on that play.
First down, Oskaloosa from their own 38-yard line. Schultz rolling left, throwing off his back foot, looking for his brother Isaac, who can't haul it in on the sideline. Incomplete. A little too tall there for Isaac.
Yeah, Jamie, they just did something that we wanted to see last week. Yeah, they just come up to the line of scrimmage. They got the play, and they go. They don't stop and stand up and look over there. So we were wanting to see that last week. They're going to show it this week.
All right, Noah Van Veldhuizen coming wide left, it looks like, here on this next play, and Holmberg out to the left as well. Isaac Schultz wide to the right. In the shotgun, Will Schultz. Fakes 2 handoffs, rolls right, throws on the far sideline, incomplete at the 45-yard line.
Well, I really like the play. A little cross-buck action. Faked it to both backs, rolled Schultz to the right. He threw it a little bit behind Creer there. Otherwise, that was going to be another completion, but I like that play.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 10, Oskaloosa from their own 37-yard line. 6:33 to go in this opening quarter. Washington 8, Oskaloosa nothing as the Demons drove down the field on their opening drive. Now Schultz will be wide to the left. Motion in the backfield from Miller. Will Schultz drops back, big opening up the middle. He's going to try to keep it on his feet. He's hit at the 40 and wrestled down. Met head on at the 40-yard line after a 3-yard gain. And that's going to bring up 4th down, Oskaloosa.
Well, Trayshawn Willis on the tackle, and he is a 6'5", 240-pound linebacker. The interesting thing about him is you're not seeing it wrong, he has half of an arm, and he is one heck of a ball player for Washington.
So it looks like Oskaloosa will punt here on their first possession, 4th and 7 from their own 40-yard line.
Looks like Schultz back to punt.
Yep. And, nice punt there by Will Schultz. Received at the 30 by Washington. They're going to try to go across the field to the far side, turn the corner. And good coverage by Oskaloosa. It's going to be a short return of about 7 yards as he's hit and dropped at the 37-yard line. First down, Washington coming up, their second possession of the game. Good punt there by Will Schultz.
Yeah, it was, Jamie. It was a little bit of a line drive, though, and a good job by Washington not being too deep and letting that ball hit, because that would have rolled a long ways. So I'm really impressed by Washington so far. They show that they've got some speed. They also have some power. So I'm impressed by the Demons early on here in the first quarter.
I am too, very much. 1st and 10, Washington, and they're going to start at their own 37-yard line. They lead 8-0, 5:37 to go in our opening quarter. Turner in the shotgun, and he hands it off to Stout. Good coverage by Oskaloosa. Short gain for Wyatt Stout.
So Coach Jenkins makes a little change right there. He goes with basically a 5-man front, trying to slow this running game down. And it works, holds them to 1 yard there on first down. He's rolled Cody Gunn up to the left end here.
2nd down and 9, Washington now. They've got a receiver split to each side. Shotgun for Turner. He's rolling right. Now he decides to run. He bursts through the initial line of scrimmage. He's at midfield. 45-40, still on his feet, down the far sideline, 35. And looks like out of bounds around the 32-yard line. Huge run there by Turner from his own 37-yard line, 38-yard line. That's about 30 yards on the quarterback carry there by Turner. His 3rd carry unofficially now for 40 yards.
Good hit there by Tyler Miller.
Stout, the ball carrier there. He crosses the 30. Miller meets him at the 29.
Looked like Wyatt Creer and Miller both in on there. Good stick, but he still got, 4 tough yards on first down.
2nd down and 7. From the Oskaloosa 29-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 right. Players looking at the sideline for the play call. Shotgun for Turner. Drops back. Throws.
Wow.
It is wide open. Caught at the 10-yard line. Tripped up at the 5. Wide open on that one. 24-yard gain.
Well, number 4 there for Washington, Zachary Stout. He came in as...
he's one of their starting receivers.
Yeah, he's wide open running across the middle. So things not looking good here for Oskaloosa early.
1st and goal, Washington from the Indian 5-yard line. Turner rolling left, and he's fighting for the goal line. And I think his second effort got him in.
Well, he outrun Miller to the outside, and then he just bowled his way in. So what an impressive start by the Washington Demons here, just dominating Oskaloosa in the first quarter.
14-0 Washington. And at this point, doing it pretty much with ease. 3:56 to go in the first quarter. Looks like Washington will once again go for the 2-point conversion. It appears. Now it looks like maybe they will try to kick. As you see Zach Stout shifting now into the backfield, and it looks like they will kick the PAT here. He was 3 for 3 on extra point kicks a week ago. And the kick is up, and it is good. So 15-0 Washington with the lead over Oskaloosa. Let's bring in our sideline reporter on our wireless mic over on the Indian sideline, Charlie North. Charlie, not the start Oskaloosa was hoping for here. Washington just running it right down our throats right now.
Yeah, there's a lot going on over here, and the coaches are kind of talking to the guys about just not giving up on the play. There's been a couple plays so far where guy got through the line right away, and the lineman gave up on it. So it's just kind of like they're trying to figure out how to get these guys back into this game.
Charlie, did the defense, did you hear anything about switching up strategy-wise that last time they were off the field? They went with a 5-man front that time.
Yeah, they just kind of thought about, guessing on the formations they saw earlier in the game.
Yeah.
Just bringing in the linebacker on that side.
All righty, they got to pick it up here.
All right, thank you very much, Charlie North, over on the Oskaloosa Indian sideline on our wireless mic tonight.
So impressive start, JB, for the Demons. I'll tell you what, they are putting it on us right now. They look big, they look fast, they can throw, they can run. I don't see any weaknesses right now. We got to answer the bell here pretty quick, otherwise this could get out of control.
15-0 Oskaloosa trails in this first quarter. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for Washington.
Oh, that's quite a kick. To the 1-yard line. Creer's going to bring it out, and he's going to get it out above the 20. So
decent return there by Wyatt Creer.
20 yards on the return.
Yep, out to the 21-yard line. So the Indians will come out on offense for the second time in this game. 1st and 10, starting just across their own 20-yard line. Needless to say, Doug, the Indians need an answer here.
Yeah, you don't want to get in a situation with a sophomore quarterback in his second varsity start where you're throwing every down, because these guys will just pin their ears back and they'll start coming at you. So you try to stick with your game plan a little bit here. Keep them honest. It's not time to panic yet. Nice safe play there. Good block.
Oh, nice run over on the far right side. Big run. 1st down and more across the 35 and wrapped up around the 38-yard line.
Well, that was a nice play. Miller with a quick swing Schultz with a quick swing to Miller, but Cooper Spry with an excellent stock block there sprung Miller for 17 yards on the pass.
First reception for Tyler Miller in this game. 1st down Indians at the 38-yard line of Washington.
This offense, it's key for the receivers to make blocks downfield. That turns 5 yards into 15 yards a lot of times. And Spry did it right there. So Schultz rolls right there. Coach Dowd really, he's not afraid to throw with Schultz here, and I think we're just I don't know that we can handle them up front, JB.
Yeah, I agree. They are dominating so far in this football game. That is for sure.
We're using a lot of fake misdirection, which I like, and we got a couple first downs. We just got to sustain a drive here.
15-0 Washington, 3:15 to go in our opening quarter of play. Oskaloosa on offense. Will Schultz, nice big hole around the left side, midfield and more, 45, 40, 35, a lot of green for Will Schultz. One man to beat, 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Will Schultz, touchdown!
We got a flag back here. This is going to be a personal, oh no. This is not good. I was watching the ball, but he's talking to both Washington and Oskaloosa. I don't know if they're going to call this a dead ball. He's talking to both players. If this is offsetting, this is not going to be good. This is a tough place to come and play regardless. It looks like the Washington player is walking like they're going to go with the touchdown.
Well, it's a 62-yard touchdown run for Will Schultz, and we're just awaiting.
It looks like the Washington players are acting like this might stand. It's going to be a dead ball. If it's a dead ball, unsportsmanlike on both teams, which I don't know how it could be, but that'd be a good way to get out of it if you're a referee, then the score would count and they just offset.
Well, we're awaiting the decision here. A 62-yard touchdown run by quarterback Will Schultz.
Oh, my.
And they are going over to both sidelines to talk to the head coaches.
Personal foul, Washington. Oh.
It's offsetting, isn't it?
It's offsetting. 2nd down, so you replay the down. Oskaloosa just got ripped on one there. My goodness.
Wipes out a 62-yard touchdown run by quarterback Will Schultz on offsetting penalties.
Well, you can't react to these guys when they do stuff like that. You got to keep your head. And it just wiped out a 60-yard touchdown run.
Beautiful run by Will Schultz. He had remember on a botched snap on a punt last week, took a 72-yard touchdown run that was called back. So replay 2nd down. Here is the pitch in the backfield. Tyler Miller turns the corner, 40, 45, fighting to get to midfield, crosses into Demon territory, and they'll mark him down at the 47-yard line. Good collision over here on the sideline, and initiated by Tyler Miller, by the way.
Yeah, that's what we got to do, JB. We got to get to the edge, and we've been doing that pretty well. We caught Washington in an all-out blitz on Schultz's run up the middle. That's why nobody was there. And Miller was, Miller's going to go off. after that was a big collision.
Yeah, Tyler Miller headed to the sideline.
Here comes Creer in for Miller. So we got 12 on the play clock. They've got time.
We've got 3 receivers split to the right, 1 left. Creer in the backfield now for Miller. And Will Schultz, quarterback draw. To the right side, stiff arms one man to get away at the 45, and he fights his way to the 40-yard line, picks up 7, and it'll be a 2nd down and 3.
Well,
Charlie North over on the sideline. Any explanation over there on those offsetting penalties? Did you hear anything?
From what I can see over here, the entire game's been kind of chippy so far. There's a lot of pushing, a lot of just shoulder checking after the plays. And I think maybe one of the Washington players did a little too much, and one of the Oscar players reacted back to it.
All right, thank you, Charlie. So 2nd down and 3 for Oskaloosa. Wyatt Creer still in the backfield, and he has the football. He goes straight forward across the 40, near the 1st down for Wyatt Creer.
Well, I love what I'm seeing out of the guys in white right now. They've been punched in the mouth, and now they're back up off the canvas, and they're starting to deliver some blows here. So they're going to have a 3rd and short, but a good job, good drive by the Indians here.
We've got 2:01 left to go here in the opening quarter in Washington. 3rd down and 1 Oski at the Demon 38-yard line, deepest Oskaloosa has been. Had a 62-yard touchdown run by Will Schultz called back on offsetting personal foul penalties. 3rd down and 1. And that is Creer again.
1st down, good play.
And he's got the 1st down. So Wyatt Creer coming in for Tyler Miller, who left the game after a big hit on the sideline. And Wyatt Creer with 2 carries coming in unexpectedly for Creer and picks up the 1st down. Nicely done.
Well, nice hard run there. A little misdirection. He lines up on the right side, takes it over to the left side of the line. So good job by the Indians here putting together some 1st downs. And they got a drive going. They answer the bell here, and they're right back in it. Schultz with the snap.
Schultz rolling right under pressure, throws as he's being hit, and it's over on the far sideline. I believe it is caught, diving and coming back toward the ball is Isaac Schultz with the reception.
So good job once again by Will. That's kind of tough on your outside blocker there to maintain and not hold against that defensive end. Schultz rolled on way outside. So once again, decent gain, 3 yards, positive gain on 1st down. Spry out there. It's Schultz wide right, Spry in the slot. Then Velheisen and Holmberg to the left. Miller by Schultz.
2nd and 8, Oskaloosa from the 33. Straight drop and then run by Will Schultz. Almost brought down, and he somehow gets away and goes forward for a few extra. And he's across the 30 to the 29-yard line. He turned nothing into 9 there, Doug.
Well, heck of a run there by Will, turning loss or no yardage into some yardage. But I'll tell you what, JB, they are not giving Tyler Miller any respect when he's going out in motion. If Will would just get the ball and throw it out there, Miller can get some big yards.
All right.
Hopefully they see that up in the box here because they're not really flowing with Miller when he goes in motion.
3rd down and 4, Oskaloosa. Now at the 29 of Washington, and they're going to let the 1st quarter clock wind down, and that'll be the end of the opening quarter. 1st quarter dominated by Washington. Oskaloosa, though, marching down the field here now to start the 2nd quarter, but it's Washington 15 and Oskaloosa nothing after 1 quarter of play. You are watching Oskaloosa football, Week 2 here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. My name is Jamie Brockman, joined here in the Wood Iron Grill press box by Doug DeCock. Over on the Oskaloosa sideline is Oskaloosa Video Production sophomore student Charlie North. And here in the box, running the cameras tonight, is Camden Silvers, also from the Oskaloosa Video Production class. We're glad to have both of them with us on the broadcast here this evening. So 15-0 after 1 quarter, Doug. Washington dominated early, but it looks like Oskaloosa kind of finding their groove here as that 1st quarter wound down.
Well, they are, and I talked about it before the game, Jamie, that when you show up at this place, you better be ready to play from the very first kick, and Oskaloosa wasn't ready to play, and Washington just hammered them there the first part of that 1st quarter and takes a 15-0 lead. So credit to the Indians. They have come back. They've answered the bell here a little bit. They just need to put some points on the board and get some confidence going, but Washington certainly got their attention there in the 1st quarter.
Yes, they do. So we go to the 2nd quarter, and Oskaloosa trailing 15-0, but the Indians do have the ball to start this 2nd quarter. It'll be 3rd down and 4 Indians from the Washington 29-yard line. And
it's going to be a first down.
It is a first down.
They're going to mark him short.
Will Schultz on the keeper, just short by the nose of the football.
So look out here. Washington might load the box and bring everybody. If you could run Tyler on a swing, this could go to the house. Now it's a risky call with a fourth and 1, but if they load the box with Willis up there, you know, these guys are tough to move on the front line. 4th and short. Here we go. We got Holmberg back. This is that quarterback runs right in behind 2 blockers.
Big play right here. No, he takes a couple handoffs, rolls
holding.
left, throws. It is caught by Tyler Miller. Miller to the 10, 5, touchdown. Touchdown, Tyler Miller. There is a flag on the play, though, I think, isn't there?
No, they didn't call it, Jamie. There was a blatant hold here on the 35, on the 30-yard line, and the referee actually started to reach for his flag, and then he didn't throw it. So the Indians catch a break, which is probably the way it should be, and we're right back in the ball game.
Great play there. Will Schultz connecting with Tyler Miller, and then Miller doing it with his feet after the catch for the score.
Well,
46 seconds into the second quarter, Oskaloosa answers. It's 15-6, and the Indians look like maybe they'll go for 2 here.
I got to give Brett Dowd some credit. He's doing a heck of a job with play calling right here. Snuck Miller through the middle. Oski going to go for 2.
Yep, Indians do go for 2, and it's going to be Will Schultz trying with his feet, diving, and he is.
Come on.
No signal yet. They say no, he was not in. It looked like he was in. The officials say no. The 2-point conversion fails, and Oskaloosa does not convert. So, with 11:14 to go in our first half of play, it is now Washington 15 and Oskaloosa 6. You're watching Oskaloosa Indians football on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. We'll be right back with the kick.
Oh, my goodness. That whole.
Hold on, Doug. All right, well, we're going to keep it here in Washington. And, again, it is 15-6. Washington leads Oskaloosa. Good answer there by the Indians.
Oh, great answer by the Indians. That gives them a new life right there. I'll tell you what, we was here 2 years ago, and it was an unbelievably crazy game with penalties and touchdowns and called back, and we were picking up right where we left off. You never know what to expect when you're down here at Washington.
All right, so the Indians will kick it off. Carson Jensko doing the kicking tonight, again with Aaron Blom not in the lineup for the second straight week. And it's another squib kick by Jensko, and it's covered at the 36-yard line by Washington. So 36-yard line is where Washington will start, their own 36. With a first down and 10, they lead 15-6, 11-13 left to go in this first half here in Washington on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. We are in the Wood Iron Grill press box with Doug DeCock. I'm Jamie Brockman. Great to have you with us tonight. If you couldn't make the trip here to Washington, 15-6, Demons lead it, and on the clock, 11-13 to go in the first half. First and 10, Washington from their own 36-yard line. 2 receivers to each side. Shotgun for Turner. Long snap count. And he fakes the handoff, keeps it himself straight up the middle. Now to the outside. Big hole. Midfield. 45, 40. Still on his feet. 35, 30. 25-20. Great footwork there by the quarterback, Luke Turner, making guys miss all over the field. That is an impressive run by the quarterback all the way down to the 21 of Oskaloosa, so give him 43 yards on that one.
Well, Jamie, just like Washington got caught in an all-out blitz, Oskaloosa just got caught in an all-out blitz.
Turner has a 30-yard run and a 43-yard run in this first half. Little confusion on that one. Looks like they're going to call a motion penalty or offsides there against Fairfield or against Washington. I don't think the center snapped the ball, Doug. Everybody moved and the center was still holding the football. So back them up 5, first down and 15 now from the 26-yard line of Oskaloosa. Two receivers to the right. Shotgun. They hand it off to Stout up the left side. He's through the initial line and still fighting for yardage. He is down near the 15-yard line. A gain of 11. I tell you what, Doug, Turner and Stout are tough to bring down.
Boy, they are hard runners, and that's something Washington's known for over the years. They've always got a guy or two that really runs hard, and these guys are just right now more physically on their offense than our defense.
2nd down and 4 from the 16-yard line. So he gained 11 on that play. Turner looks right, now rolls left, throws off his back foot to the back corner of the end zone, incomplete.
Just missed it there. But, nice little wrinkle there. Turner kind of fakes an inside run, then spins out of it and goes outside. We got to be careful once again that we keep outside contained and don't let Turner get loose out there.
3rd down and 4 now from the Indian 16-yard line. Two receivers left, two split right. Stout in the backfield next to Turner, who's in the shotgun. Turner looking to throw. Throws. It is caught by Stout. Stout shaking and baking and diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Whoa.
Tell you what, man, these guys just refuse to go down. It takes more than one hit to get them down, Doug. And I tell you what, Oskaloosa, it looks like, is going to have to start wrapping the guys up and stop trying to shoulder tackle and stuff because they won't go down.
Well, and Coach Jenkins, he's taking some chances here. I think he realizes that if they don't bring some linebackers and do some blitzing, Washington's just going to run it right at him, and he's taking chances. And to Washington's credit, they picked it up, and they've made the proper pass plays. So Washington playing really well here on offense.
21-6 Washington. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns for the Demons. And now Stout to kick the PAT. It is up, and it is good. So Washington extends their lead 22-6 over Oskaloosa with 10:02 left to go in our first half here in Washington. You are watching Oskaloosa football here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. We'll be back in the Wood Iron Grill press box coming up.
Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good, on or off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab. Kinetic Edge offers friendly and knowledgeable professionals who will get to know you and your goals to help you get back to doing what you love in no time. Find out more at kineticedgept.com.
Not bad. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Washington High School football field as we are live on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. Washington dominating this first half. 22-6 they lead over Oskaloosa with 10:02 to go in the first half. With Doug DeConk, I'm Jamie Brockman. On the camera is OVP student Camden Silvers, and we have Charlie North, another OVP student, over on the Indian sideline for us. Let's check in with Charlie quick here as Washington gets ready to kick off. Again, Charlie, Washington drove down the field rather easily there and puts up another 7 points.
Yeah, they're just kind of getting whatever they want on offense. It's not very hard for them to get big plays over here.
All right, here is the kick now from Washington. It's angling to the far left side and caught and dropped at the goal line and then picked back up. Decent return, still on the feet. Across the 25 to about the 27, 28-yard line. So that was almost a disaster.
Well, they might get Oskaloosa for an illegal use of hands here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they got Holmberg.
Well, Cale's got to get control here. That's 2 big penalties. And now we're going to start deep here.
Better.
Nice run by Miller, dropped the kickoff, but a lot of times you'll see those break for big plays because the defense kind of lets up, and Miller picked it up, and he ended up having a good return, but it's going to...
Block in the back is the call.
Yeah, it's going to go back.
So, takes out a pretty decent return. And the Indians will start this drive 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. And Will Schultz hands it off, trying to get away in the backfield, but cannot. And that is Wyatt Creer, and he's going to be dropped at the 15-yard line, a loss of 2.
Well, I'm not sure what happened there. Coming with a little misdirection, and might have had a missed blocking assignment out there by one of our wide receivers, and went and blocked the wrong guy, and that guy ended up making the play for about a 3-yard loss.
So it's going to be a 2nd down, and well, they mark it at the 14, so they say a loss of 3. 2nd down and 13 from the Oskaloosa 14-yard line. Washington 22, Oskaloosa 6, 9-12 left to go in the first half. Schultz looking to throw. He does toward the middle of the field. It is incomplete at the 30-yard line. It was intended for Isaac Schultz.
No, that was Ben Veldhuizen, number 87, on that little turn-in route. Throw just let him just a little bit too much. He was open, though.
So it'll now be 3rd and long. Oskaloosa 3rd and 14 from their own 14-yard line.
This is a big play, Jamie. We kick the ball from here. They're probably going to have it on our side of the 50, and the way their offense is going, it might not take them very long to score from there.
2 receivers split to the right this time, 1 left for Oskaloosa. Schultz from the pistol, and he pitches it in the backfield. And he's got Van Veldhuizen blocking for him.
He got it.
I think he got the first down on the far side.
I think he got it by just a yard.
Is that Creer? No, it's Miller.
First down. He got it.
Nice run there.
Washington playing really soft there, and they played too soft. They were looking for the pass, and then when it was a run, they didn't react in pursuit of the ball, and so I think it was Miller able to get the first down.
Yep. Good blocking out front by Noah Van Veldhuizen, too, to open that up. So first down, Oskaloosa now at their own 26-yard line. Quarterback draw for Will Schultz. He's through the hole, angling back to the middle. He's going to be met just across the 30 and wrestled down at about the 31-yard line. A gain of 5 there for the quarterback, Will Schultz.
Well, I tell you what, that was a hard run by Will. The way this quarterback for Washington runs, that's how Will's going to run here in another year or two, because he's already running hard as a sophomore. He got a nice 3-4 yard gain there.
Yep. They're going to credit him with 3. It shows 2nd down and 7 from the 30-yard line. And Schultz drops back. He is throwing downfield. Isaac Schultz is in the vicinity. 2 defenders are there, too, and nobody had a shot at that one. It's incomplete.
Well, and that's where the inexperience comes in a little bit. Will got away from the Washington pass rush, and then he just kind of threw it up. It's only 2nd down. You want to live to maybe get a chance here on 3rd. Maybe you do that on 3rd, but on 2nd down, you want to make a safer throw on that.
3rd down and 7, Oskaloosa from their own 30-yard line. 8:18 to go in the first half. Washington 22, Oskaloosa 6 here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. Schultz, straight drop, throws the screen pass over toward the left side.
Oh!
And going to be just short of the first down by about 2 yards, it looks like.
That's
and more chippy play going on the sideline.
That's Holmberg, and it looked like we had blockers out front. It looked like he was going to get the first down, and then he was just stopped 2 yards short, it looks like.
Yep. He is going to be a couple short.
If he'd have cut it back towards the middle, I think he might have had some more yardage. Now they're discussing something here.
I believe there's a
face mask.
Oh, there is. I didn't see the flag. Face mask against Washington. That's big for Oski. That's a big penalty favoring Oskaloosa there on the face mask over on the far sideline.
Well, it's a 5-yarder, but it's still good enough to give them a first down. I didn't know they had difference between 5 and 15 in high school, but they evidently do.
Yep. If you just kind of grab it and it didn't look intentional or anything like that, it's a 5-yarder. And if you really grab it and swing the head around and that kind of thing, it's then a 15-yard. So that's a big one. First down for Oskaloosa. Receivers split to each side, 2 left, 2 right. Motion coming from the left. Holmberg. They hand it off straight up the middle. Tyler Miller, big hole across midfield, spins his way to the 48 of Washington, picks up 11, and another Indians first down.
Well, the offense is starting to really roll, JB. The thing you'd like to see is have them take about 5 more minutes off this clock because we don't want to give Washington the ball back too quick. But our offense is really starting to click.
1st and 10, Oski now at the 48-yard line of Washington. Schultz looking to throw again, and he does throw. He's got Isaac Schultz, and incomplete.
Oh, my. Right through his hands.
Yeah.
Isaac's pointing up at the lights, which they're not highlights here, but Ike did a great job. He looked the safety off, or Will looked the safety off, and then went back over to the right side, and Ike was wide open and went right through his hands.
Yeah, I thought for sure that was a completion, and you're right. Isaac immediately pointed up at the lights saying, hey, they were in my eyes. I couldn't see. Motion coming from the left. That's Holmberg on the jet sweep. They hand it to Holmberg, and he is met at the 45-yard line, and 4 defenders from Washington drive him back down, clear it back at midfield. But forward progress will mark him around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, 3-yard gain for Cale there, and didn't look like he was going to get anything. He's running hard. He needs to run a little bit lower. He runs a little when contact's coming. You got to get that pad level down.
3rd down and 7. Oskaloosa now from the 46 of Washington. Another big play here for the Indians, Doug. Need to convert this.
I think you're 2-down territory here, JB.
I agree. 2 receivers to each side. Shotgun for Will Schultz. Miller in motion. They swing it to him in the backfield, trying to open it up and let him run for the first down. He does down the sideline. 30, 25. Still on his feet inside the 20-yard line for Tyler Miller.
I think there's a flag down now at the 36, and they're probably going to get – what are they going to get here? They're going to get – I'll bet you they get us for a holding by a receiver. So it'd go from the flag. Yep, holding.
Yep, against Oskaloosa. Boy, we're shooting ourselves in the foot, Doug, with penalties. That's 3 big plays now that have been wiped out by penalties.
And that's the play I was talking about, just that quick swing out to Tyler. Tyler's going to beat a guy one-on-one, most of the time, and that's what he did right there. But so it's going to end up being about the same as what they had because they marked that off that's a spot foul, 10 yards from the spot. So we still got, I say, 2-down territory, but Oskaloosa's offense looking good here in the second quarter.
So the ball moves it, the penalty moves it back to about where it was, the 46-yard line.
They're coming. Washington's coming with a full blitz here from the left side. If you can gash him with a quarterback draw or something, you're going to have big yards.
From the shotgun, Schultz, he's looking to throw. He airs it up, looking toward Isaac Schultz, and that could be interference, but no flag, and it's incomplete near the 15-yard line.
Well, not a bad throw by Will. Ike had a shot at it, but once again, he's looking back into that bank of lights, and it would have been a really good catch. So Oskaloosa going to go ahead and punt it away here, which I do think is a good decision. You can't give Washington a short field the way their offense is running. So after further thought, JB, I was totally wrong on going 2-down territory. What do we got here?
Well, this is Will Schultz.
Go.
Will Schultz is going to run for the first down and more.
Now they're going to call another penalty back here, and it's going to be illegal use of the hands. I mean, they are just racking us up with penalties.
Yeah, another great play and effort is going to be ruled out by a flag in the backfield.
And
so Oskaloosa was back to punt with Schultz, and then Schultz took off and got all the way to the 30 of Washington, which was about a 24-yard gain, but it's wiped out due to another penalty.
Well, Oskaloosa emptying the bag of tricks here, and the Coach Eversmeyer does not look happy over there. This is so reminiscent of 2 years ago, Jamie. It was big play back. I mean, both ways. It's just crazy for some reason over here in Washington.
All right, so wipes out the big 24-yard run by Schultz. Marks it back 15 yards. And it's now 4th and 27. Oskaloosa, line of scrimmage, the Indians own 35-yard line. So Will Schultz will punt it away. And it's returnable at the 35-yard line for Washington. 40-45, midfield, and wrestled down just across midfield in Indians territory at the 49-yard line.
Washington doing a good job not letting these punts hit the ground. They're line drives, and they're catching them, and they're getting nice returns off of the catch, off of the punt.
5:45 left to go in the first half. And Washington 22, Oskaloosa 6. And Washington starting again in Indians territory just across midfield, first down and 10.
So we got some new players in there. Number 4, Leland Evans in for Oskaloosa at a linebacker. Looks like they got Miller out right now.
Snap to Turner. He's looking to throw. He does, and it is wide open. Caught middle of the field. 30, 45, 20, 15. Spins. 10, 5. Touchdown, Demons.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, they are just absolutely owning this field right now, doing whatever they wish, Doug.
They ran 2 verts, and we were messed up on our coverage and wide open, and this is getting ugly before half.
Got to credit the Demon runners, though. I mean, they're not going down on first or even second contact.
No.
Spinning away from tackles, staying on their feet. That was a great run after catch there by the receiver for the touchdown. 28-6 Washington, and now they will come on to kick the PAT.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're scouting them, you got a lot to scout because they do a lot of different things, and they do them well. I mean, they've gone for 2. You never know if they're going to do that. Now they're going to go ahead and kick it up 28-6.
And the PAT is good, so it's now 29-6. Washington leading Oskaloosa with 5:36 left to go in the first half. Washington 29, Oskaloosa 6. You're watching Oski football on the Indians Network presented by Craig Ford. We will be back in Washington after this.
Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans.
All right, we are back here in Washington in the Wood Iron Grill press box with Doug DeCock. I'm Jamie Brockman. Thanks for joining us. Got Charlie North from the Oskaloosa video production class over on the sideline for us, and on the camera, also making the trip to Washington from OVP is Camden Silvers. 29-6, Washington dominating Oskaloosa in the first half with 5:36 left to play until halftime. Doug, the Indians need a good drive here. They need to move down the field, find a way to score, answer this physical play and these long plays on offense of Washington.
Well, you got 5:36 left here, Jamie. Yeah, you'd like to see the Indians be able to take it and put a score on the board, but honestly, I don't want to give the ball back to Washington with too much time here, but you've got to start getting points now. And we've been throwing the ball, so I think our offense has been fine. It's just been penalties and then the defense.
Another deep kick by Washington, fielded inside the 5 by Tyler Miller. Miller finds a hole to the outside. Here goes Tyler Miller. Good return to the 40, still on his feet, and fighting to the 43-yard line. Great return by Tyler Miller.
Well, good patience on that return. Miller waited and waited and waited, and then he committed to the left side, and he was able to outrun him once again to the edge. So good return for Oski. They're in good shape here at the 45-yard line with a little over 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. 5:25 to be exact.
All right, Oski needs to march down the field here and answer. Down 29-6. 5:25 to go in our first half. 2 receivers split to each side. Miller goes in motion out to the right, out of the backfield. Will Schultz keeps it, and he is met and driven back. Nowhere to go for Will Schultz. Washington was all over that one. It's a loss of 3 at the 42-yard line.
Well, it's easy to say this after the play, but if he'd have just quick flung it out there to Miller, he's got some open room out here to maneuver. So Washington may start. I don't think they're going to sit back, but they may start bringing a linebacker every time just to keep pressure on Schultz.
Creer and Isaac Schultz are split wide to the right. Holmberg and Miller are in the backfield along with quarterback Will Schultz. Noah Van Veldhuizen is split wide left. Here's Will Schultz throwing to Isaac Schultz. It's caught. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Indians. Touchdown, Isaac Schultz.
Oh, my goodness.
What a run. What a catch and run.
Will Schultz put it right on the money to Ike, and Ike takes it to the house. And, ladies and gentlemen, there are no flags on the field.
58 yards.
Wow. What a shootout.
Brother to brother there. Will to Isaac, 58-yard connection, and the Indians answer. 4:32 to go in the first half. It's now 29-12 Washington. And Carson Jensko to kick the PAT. No. It was a low snap. Will Schultz just has to pick it up and try to make something happen. He's going to be swarmed down back at about the 18-yard line. So no PAT for Oskaloosa. The snap was low right down to the ground, and Will Schultz did all he could do there, Doug. Yeah. So 29-12. Washington leads Oskaloosa, 4:32 to go in the first half. So here we need to do something we haven't done yet in this game, Doug. Oski needs a 3-and-out on defense here, and then the offense needs another quick answer.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how they do that. They've tried sitting back, and they got the ball run on them. They've tried blitzing, and Washington's caught them. You know, it's been kind of a game of chess back and forth here, and Washington's been making the right moves. A turnover or something would be nice here to maybe stem the tide. If you could get a turnover and a score before half or just get a score, you're right back in the game here.
Well, penalties have been huge in this first half. Unfortunately, they have hurt Oskaloosa numerous times. In fact, 2 huge plays, including 1 long touchdown called back on penalties in this first half. 4:32 remains in the half. Washington 29, Oskaloosa 12. Jensko will kick for Oski here. Probably another squib kick, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and Washington's the last time did a good job on the squib kick. It looks like they got some hands people in there. They don't have big linemen in there. They're going to try to catch the ball when it's bouncing, and instead of letting it roll all the way down the field. I don't see any big linemen out there.
And it is another squib kick, and this is going to be close, right at the 45-yard line, but Washington is able to get on it and cover it. Boy, Oski was just less than a footstep away from possibly recovering that.
Well, I thought we had kind of a chance almost to get that. But good try. You almost had to try that. We need to stop here.
Yes, we do, because the Demons have good field position starting at their own 45-yard line. They lead 29-12. I don't see them taking the foot off the gas here, Doug. I think they're gonna take it right at us again here.
So you got Gunn, Snitker, and Leland Evans in at linebackers.
4.5 minutes left to go in the first half. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Turner in the backfield, shotgun. He's looking to throw, and it is batted up in the air and incomplete. Nice job by
Noah there.
Oskaloosa. Yeah, Noah got his
hands
on it.
Up. So, boy, that was almost the big turnover we were needing right there. We'll see what kind of risk Washington takes here. My guess is they're going to run this ball.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Pistol backfield for Washington as they turn and look to the sideline for the offensive play call. 2nd down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper for Turner around the right side. He's got big room.
There's a holding. For the back judge called it from way back there, so it'll go from the 48, 10 yards back. Good thing, though.
Wow, they actually threw a penalty on Washington. Hard to believe, huh?
Yeah. When the quarterback gets outside of that end, it's tough as a lineman or a blocker because the defender will start to go sideways, and you got to let him go. I mean, you can actually be grabbing inside of the framework of your body, but when they start to try to go lateral, you got to let them go.
So it's going to be a 10-yard mark off from the spot, as Doug mentioned, around the 48, so it should put it at approximately,
10 from there. 5.
Yeah, it should be about the 30. No, they're
Second down and 12 here.
So it's only technically a loss of 2. So
Well,
it'll be
yeah.
second down and 12. Second down and 12 from the 43-yard line of Washington. Pistol backfield once again. 2 receivers left. 1 right. .4:17 to go in the first half. Washington 29, Oskaloosa 12.
Screen, nope.
And quarterback under pressure. And
Oh,
he's still
my.
scrambling. And he's going to throw. And it
Caught it.
is caught across midfield at the 47-yard line. Wow.
Wow is right. Pretty good job by the defense all the way around. Good pressure. But the quarterback just scrambling and making one heck of a play there, throwing across his body and making a connection. So they got 3rd and short on a fantastic play.
Turner was
by Turner.
Turner was 15, 18 yards deep in the backfield, and Oskaloosa just about had him, but dove at his ankles and he got away. And then the big pass completion for 10 yards. So it is 3rd and 2. Just into Oskaloosa territory now at the 47-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go. Quarterback keeper for Turner. Right up the middle. Big hole. He's got the first down and more across the 40 and near the 35-yard line. Move the chains again. A gain of 12 for Turner.
Boy, he is something else. We talked about it coming up, and I was like, man, this guy can throw. I told you, I said, look at his stats. He can throw. And he's doing it all tonight.
You got to credit the front line of Washington. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just walking through these holes with Freeze and Crawford, Ellis, Adam, and Carter up front for the Demons. And they're going to keep it on the ground again. This one doesn't go far as wrapped up at the 35-yard line. Maybe just a short gain on the fall forward.
And I think there's a fair amount of missed tackles or arm tackles going on as they're running through there too. I mean, you got to put your shoulder into these guys. They're going to run right through arm tackles and make it look easy.
Second down and 10. Washington. So no gain on the last play. 2nd and 10 from the Oskaloosa 35. 2 receivers split to each side. Stout in the backfield. Motion from the left side. And they fake the handoff to him. And the quarterback, Turner, goes straight ahead, keeps it himself. And it's across the 30 to the 26-yard line. Give him 9 on that one. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short for Washington. Just shy of the first down. 3rd down and short. 3 receivers left, 1 right this time. Empty backfield for the quarterback, Turner. 2 minutes and counting remain in the first half. Washington 29, Oskaloosa 12.
Illegal formation or somebody receiver moved.
Play is whistled dead as the snap is made, so this will be against Washington. Wait and see what the exact call is. It's going to be a false start against Washington, so it'll back them up 5, where it'll now be 3rd and 6 from the Indian 31-yard line. Three receivers left, 1 right. Again, empty backfield for the quarterback, Turner. Motion from the right side. And Turner, design quarterback keeper again. The hole on the right wasn't open. He scrambles left. He throws. Wide open. Touchdown.
No offensive lineman went down the field. That was a planned play because I didn't see an illegal receiver downfield. So what a play.
That was a beautiful play.
It looks like a mumbo-jumbo broken run.
Yep.
But I don't think the lineman released. I think they all stayed there.
I thought it was a broken play because it looked like he was trying to run up the right side and the hole closed, and then he rolled left, found a wide open receiver, and hit him. So I don't know if that was a design play or not, but it was a beautiful play. And the Demons score again. And now they go for 2.
Didn't get
and it's incomplete. Receiver could not hang on to it in the end zone there. So the 2-point conversion fails. But Washington scores again. 1:45 left to go in our first half. Washington 35, Oskaloosa 12.
Wow. 35 points in one half, JB.
That's pretty impressive.
I think.
I think they've scored every possession except one.
Yeah. That may be the most points I think Xavier in the playoffs scored more than 35, but that may be the most points scored against Oskaloosa in 4 or 5 years. And we're only at halftime.
Well, we're not even to halftime yet.
Well, probably at least 3 years, maybe not 4 years. But
1:45 left to go in our first half. 35-12. Charlie North, what's the emotions like over on the sideline right now? Is Oskaloosa kind of shell-shocked, or are they pumped to get back in this game?
The coaches are kind of hot right now because there was just a play over here that was pretty obvious the refs missed. One of the linemen, number 62 for Washington, was at least 10 yards downfield on that broken play. He didn't see it at all and just let it go.
Okay, I couldn't tell if any lineman had released and went down, because usually on a play like that you'll have an ineligible receiver downfield. So there was a lineman, according to our coaches. But, that's a big miss of a call, and it's too bad.
Yeah, Coach was just having a discussion with the officials over on the far sideline here before the kickoff. So 1:45 left to go until halftime. Washington 35, Oskaloosa 12. Demons will kick it off. See if they kick to Miller again or if they try to kick away from Miller. And it will be Miller taking the kick again inside the 5-yard line. Miller looking for a place to go. Makes a couple of guys miss across the 20 to the 23-yard line on the return. So 1:36 to go in the first half. Oski gets the ball back. 1st and 10. They're going to start at their own 23-yard line. And let's see if they can see what kind of a 2-minute offense the Indians have, Doug.
Well, 1:36 offense. Well, I don't know. I think you maybe take a shot on first down, see what you get, and then, I don't know, you don't want to give them the ball back.
No, I agree.
I'm more concerned with being able to run 1:36 off here. I think they have 3 timeouts left. I don't know if they'll use them, but if I was Washington, I would, the way your offense is clicking.
All right, 2 receivers to each side. They throw the swing pass in the backfield to Miller. Miller gets free down the sideline. 1st down and more. Big room for Tyler Miller across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Indian 1st down on a gain of 21.
Plays open all night. It was open here the other way on the last drive, and Washington's going to have to make an adjustment to that, and that might open up the middle just a little bit.
So 1st down, Oskaloosa move the chains on the swing pass to Miller. 1:20 and counting to go here until halftime. 35-12, Washington with the advantage. Oski has the football. And it's going to be a Will Schultz straight up the middle, lowers his head and just goes through the hole and keeps bowling his way forward into Demon territory to the 45-yard line. Nice hard run by the quarterback, Will Schultz. Picks up 12 and another Indians 1st down.
Excellent run. They just flip-flopped that play over here to the right side, and you saw Washington had to bring somebody out and adjust to that a little bit. And as I mentioned earlier, that opens up the middle a little bit.
So Oskaloosa marching down the field here with back-to-back.
You need to use a timeout after this play. We need to get going.
Under a minute to go in the half. Oskaloosa, long time to get the snap. Now they do. Will Schultz looking to throw, and he throws to the near sideline. Will Schultz looking to Isaac.
He's out of bounds.
And they're going to give him the interception. They are going to give him the interception. That is right directly in front of us. That was absolutely not a controlled interception. He did not have possession of that.
It sure looked like he bobbled it.
Oh, man.
He was watching his feet. I think the referee may have been watching his feet and saw his foot was in, but he didn't see that he was bobbling the ball.
Yeah. He did not have possession of that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you could catch it on the screen or not, but they're going to give him the interception. And Washington gets the ball at their own 17-yard line.
Well, they're going to play this safe, I would assume. Just quarterback dive it in there.
40 seconds remain in the half.
No, they're not.
Nope. Turner looking to throw, but they blow the play dead. I think maybe a false start on the Demons.
Yeah.
Yep, false start against Washington. That'll back them up 5. 1st and 15 now from their own 12. 38 seconds remain in the first half. All Washington. They lead at 35-12 here over Oskaloosa. 2 receivers to the right side. Turner again looking to throw. And he's got all day to throw. He does throw. It is tipped and into the hands of a receiver at midfield. And he's got all kinds of green in front of him. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Washington. Holy cow, 88 yards on the touchdown, Doug. It was tipped in the air by the Oski defender right in the hands of a receiver about 5 yards in front of that, and he had nothing but green into the end zone.
Holy cow. Is there anything else that could go wrong? Just a combination of bad play, bad luck, bad everything has really come into play here in the first half. Wow.
88 yards. Washington strikes again, 41-12. The extra point is good, and it's 42-12. Washington over Oskaloosa. 23 seconds remain in the first half. So at this point, Doug, you just want to get off the field now if you're Oski. Get in the locker room, regroup, and they got to come out guns blazing in the second half.
Well, they do, and I don't know, JB, that you're looking at a 30-point deficit here against the team that has just, to put it bluntly, manhandled you here in the first half. So, you got to get in at halftime and just try to win the second half. Now, I mean, now we're looking at the small victories.
Early in the half, penalties were killing Oskaloosa. Took away a couple of huge plays, including a touchdown, and just kind of stalled any momentum Oskaloosa was trying to build. And then a questionable interception by Washington, in my opinion, here on the near sideline, was awarded in favor of Washington. And then another break there as Oskaloosa tips the pass up in the air and right into the hands of another receiver who takes off into the end zone.
Let's say there's been eight things that could have went either way. Oskaloosa's gotten one, and that was a no call on a holding on a touchdown. But other than that, every bad break has gone their way. The referees are not deciding who's winning this game.
No, they're not.
I mean, let's not.
We're not blaming it on the refs here. I mean, Washington is completely outplaying Oskaloosa in this first half. Another kick, and Miller this time lets that one go into the end zones for a touchback. So the Indians will have possession here with 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 23 seconds remain until halftime here in Washington.
Well, this team looks like a top 10 team to me.
Absolutely they do.
I mean, they received some votes. There were some polls that had them ranked.
I saw him ranked as high as 7th, I think.
I saw a Cedar Rapids Gazette poll or something or Des Moines had them receiving votes. It had us receiving votes, but they will be ranked next week, and they're look like a very solid football team.
Yes, they do. So let's see if Oskaloosa takes some shots here or if they just keep it on the ground and run out the clock. They're going to keep it on the ground. That is Miller, stiff-arming his way across the 20, 25, 30. Flag in the backfield.
Well, that's going to be on Holmberg, and I don't know if that's 3 or 4 penalties on him in the first half.
Holding.
It just going to have to work on our technique a little bit because we are getting a lot of penalties.
16 seconds remain in the half. Holding penalty against Oskaloosa. It'll be 1st and 15. 1st and 20, it's a 10-yard penalty from the 9.
Well, they got 3 timeouts. I mean, take a knee. Hopefully they don't call a timeout. They better not.
Charlie North will try to talk to Coach Jenkins at halftime. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be a tough deal.
Yeah, we'll see. Motion for Oskaloosa. Schultz hands it off. That is Miller. Straight forward out to the 20. Picks up 11. And that should be the final play of the first half as the clock is winding down. And that will be the final play of the first half. So we go to halftime in a first half dominated by Washington. They lead 42-12 over Oskaloosa as we go to halftime here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. Charlie North on the Indians sideline on the wireless mic. Any chance you're going to be able to get a word with Coach Jenkins?
Yeah, I got him right here.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, you guys are down 30 points a half. This game.
We got to figure out a way to get a stop on defense. It's been ugly on defense. We've had our chances on third down. We just have not been coming up big because they're making plays and we're not. So we got to find a way to get a stop. And then offensively, obviously, we got to put some points on the board. But no, it's not our best half by any stretch of imagination. We got to fix it fast.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you very much, Charlie. Appreciate catching up with Coach Jenkins there, and appreciate Coach Jenkins for talking
absolutely
with us after he can't be much more frustrated than I'm sure he is right now.
Yep.
So we go to halftime. It is 42-12. Washington leads it here over Oskaloosa after 2 quarters of play. And again, you're watching Indians football, Oski football here on the Indians Network, a partnership with MCG, Oski News, and Thunder Country KIIC in cooperation with the Oskaloosa Video Productions class and the Oskaloosa Community School District. We will take a break. We'll be back here in the Wood Iron Grill press box, and we'll recap the first half, talk about, a lot of Washington scores, let's put it that way, on our Remax recap. That'll be coming up after this lengthy break on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
If you want to save more.
If you want a butcher who knows more.
If you want fewer aisles and more value.
Less quantity, more quality.
If you want more of this.
And this.
And this.
This is Fairway, and this is how we do more.
Putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all and more into meat and grocery.
With 16 bays and several trained technicians, Bill & Ray's operates the finest diesel engine repair and towing service in Southeast Iowa. They perform complete engine repair, electronic diagnostics on all types of engines, drivetrain rebuilding, fleet service, and motor coach repair, along with 24-hour wrecker service with no limit on travel radius. Bill & Ray's will get you back on the road. Bill & Ray's, Highway 23 Oskaloosa, and proud supporter of Oski Indians activities.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Oskaloosa Indians on the Indians Network.
I'm Financial Advisor Jennifer Main.
I'm Financial Advisor Austin Norris.
I'm Financial Advisor Amber Coffey.
I am Financial Advisor Brandon Kane.
I'm Financial Advisor Jason Rosenboom.
I'm Financial Advisor Michael Bush.
Call us today at 1-800-ED-JONES or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good, on or off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab. Kinetic Edge offers friendly and knowledgeable professionals who will get to know you and your goals to help you get back to doing what you love in no time. Find out more at kineticedgept.com.
My name is Amanda Seeley, and I've been coming to Dr. Schuster's office for 15 years now. I'm a mother of 3 little boys, and since having them, they've been coming to Dr. Schuster's office in Oski Dental. It's been really seamless. I expected a little few hiccups, but he just has this approach that they're very comfortable again. You're the best! We're going to shoot for being a lifelong patient.
Every morning before my family and I head out the door for the day, we tell each other to be the one. It's a challenge we make to each other to step up and show kindness when we have the opportunity. I'm Mike Sitzma, funeral director here at Bates Funeral Chapel. I see families in some of their toughest times. However, I get to see our community at its best through the outpouring of love and support they show those affected by loss. I challenge you to join me and my family to look for opportunities daily to be the one.
This is more than a bundle. It's more than a combo deal. It's not just stuff. This is your home, your car. And you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance. State Farm agents get it. It's why they're here.
Call State Farm agent Wendell Campbell at 641-673-4462.
Come experience Penn Central Mall. With a variety of shops, services, restaurants, and more, Penn Central is the place to go for all your shopping and entertainment needs. Grab a gourmet grilled cheese at Wonder Lunch. Shop the latest trends at Maurice's. Find the perfect gift at Gardner Collier. Or enjoy a night out with ice cream and retro arcade games at Old School Pinball and Arcade. Penn Central also has numerous public events scheduled throughout the year to provide fun for the whole family. Find them on Facebook to stay up to date with deals and upcoming events. Walk, shop, enjoy. Penn Central Mall.
When he's not nursing residents with special needs, James Passion is improving his family residence. Hillary? When she's not teaching undergrads, she's cooking up fun for Carson and Owen. The local home loan experts at Midwest One help them buy their home, pay down principal, make improvements, and build up equity. Their local mortgage service was so easy and affordable that James and Hillary even referred a friend. For local mortgage service, choose Simply Better Banking from Midwest One.
At Mahaska Health, our team is dedicated to caring for you through every season of life. Whether you are in need of a same-day appointment, preparing to expand your family, or about to undergo surgery with our excellent surgical staff, we are dedicated to helping you feel your best, today and every day. Recognized as a top 100 critical access hospital, we are continually driven to enhance the health and well-being of the communities we serve. Mahaska Health.
At Gardner Collier Jewelry, our goal has always been to provide you with the very best jewelry for your money. From plain gold wedding bands to the most exquisite diamond ring, Gardner Collier has it. Our huge selection is sure to exceed your expectations, and our service is second to none. From sterling silver fashion jewelry to the one-of-a-kind diamond fashion piece, Gardner Collier can fill your jewelry desires. For the very best value in fine jewelry, choose Gardner Collier, Quincy Place Mall, Ottumwa, and Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa.
Water is more than just a source of life. We have fun with it, clean with it, grow with it, save lives with it. How water gets to us is rarely ever thought about. But at Clow Valve Company, water is never taken for granted. We design and build some of the most advanced water valves and hydrants in the world from one of the cleanest, greenest, and safest facilities in the United States. Clow Valve Company, it's more.
For nearly 40 years, Musco has specialized in the design and manufacture of sports and large area lighting solutions. From neighborhood ball fields to international speedways, Musco is committed to providing cost-effective lighting solutions and services you can rely on. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting, we make it happen.
Whether you have great credit, not so great credit, or even no credit at all, everyone is welcome at Craig Ford in Oskaloosa. And if your credit score is not so great or even bad, we have the vehicles with extra rebates and incentives to help you rebuild your credit and get you into a nice, dependable vehicle. So whether your credit is great or not so great, let my staff at Craig Ford in Oskaloosa help get you into a nicer, more dependable vehicle.
Stop out at STEM Garden Center and Nursery for all your outdoor needs. STEM Garden Center will have a fresh supply of a wide variety of fall annuals, perennials, shrubs, and trees to fit any budget. Autumn Acres will be open Saturday, September 21st, and be open each Friday evening and Saturday through October 26th. Autumn Acres has family fun for everyone. So stop out at Stam Garden Center and Nursery and experience autumn.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
Welcome back, everybody, to Washington, Iowa, and the Wood Iron Grill press box. We are at halftime, and Washington dominating the first two quarters. They lead your Oskaloosa Indians 42-12 here at halftime. Thanks for joining us here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. My name is Jamie Brockman. Not the first half Oskaloosa was hoping for, obviously, as the Indians trailing here at the half 42-12 as we enjoy the Washington marching band here at halftime. Well, as we take a look at the first half recap, it is time for the Remax recap here on the Indian Network. And this is the Remax recap. And, well, I'll tell you what, total yards kind of tell the story. This looks more like a final end of game stat than it does halftime. Washington, 416 yards of offense in the first half compared to 241 for Oskaloosa. Washington, 165 yards through the air, 251 on the ground, and big play after big play, and 416 total yards. Oskaloosa with 160 yards through the air and 81 yards on the ground for their total of 241. Penalties have certainly been a big story in this game. The number isn't going to tell the story. Oskaloosa, 5 penalties in the first half for 44 yards, and Washington also penalized 5 times for 30 yards. But it wasn't that. It was the timing of the penalties, especially that offsetting personal foul call that wiped out a huge touchdown run for the Indians, and then another big play wiped out later on a touchdown. So it wasn't necessarily the number of penalties, it was when they were and what it cost the Indians.
Yeah, and there was, as we mentioned, there was a couple no calls. One went Oskaloosa's way. The other one went Washington's way, and it was on that what looked like a busted running play and kind of a scrum along the line, and then the quarterback just rose up and threw to 2 wide open receivers for a touchdown there. And, that was a backbreaker for Oskaloosa. But, Jamie, they've got 416 yards on 28 plays. My math is not great, but that's probably about, 15 yards a play is what they're averaging. 15 yards a play. Time of possession, Oskaloosa actually has had it 14 minutes, and Washington 10.
Yeah, but they've made quick strike scores, so yeah.
Yeah, the 88-yard touchdown. So, the stats are dominating, the scoreboard's dominating. It's all demons right now in Washington.
Looking at some of the individual statistics in the first half for Oskaloosa, Tyler Miller, the leading rusher, with 48 yards on the ground. Quarterback Will Schultz, 29 first half yards. Wyatt Creer had a few carries for 5 yards as well. For Washington, the quarterback, Luke Turner, 118 yards, his second straight 100-yard ground game for the quarterback. Wyatt Stout, their leading rusher coming into the game, 47 yards in the first half. Passing, Oskaloosa's Will Schultz, 8 for 16, 160 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, 1 questionable interception. And for Washington, Luke Turner, 8 of 12 in the first half, 251 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air, including that 88-yard one for their final score of the first half after it was tipped up in the air on defense by Oskaloosa. So, again, 416 yards of offense in one half for Washington, 251 through the air and 165 on the ground. Oskaloosa with 241 first half yards. That is your Remax recap of the first half here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. Doug, what can Oskaloosa possibly adjust at halftime to come out here. I mean, you're 30 points down. It seems like a mountain that you just can't climb. But I tell you what, the game of football is all about momentum, and it can change in a hurry if Oskaloosa can get something going right early in the second half. We will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, I think defensively, you maybe come out and you throw the kitchen sink at them, the first series, and see what happens. And if you get gashed on that first series and they end up scoring, then I think you got to just go back and play some base football and try to just slow them down from scoring. But first drive or two on defense, I think we just got to go after them. We got to try to create a turnover, do something, get a sack. We've got to improve our tackling, I think. And I mentioned this the first week. There's very little contact anymore in high school football. And sometimes the tackling can get really sloppy. We didn't notice it so much last week, but when you got guys that run hard, they're going to run through arm tackles. And you got to put a shoulder in them. You got to drive through them and get your head out in front, or else roll them. And we're not doing that. And if they're too big and powerful, you go low. Get them in the ankles. There's different ways to do it, but I'd like to see us improve that. You start from zero here. It's 0-0. Try to win the half, but, improve on some things. Offensively, I think if you showed Coach Dowd the stats and said, hey, Coach, what do you think about this? He'd probably say, hey, we had a pretty good half of football.
Yeah, 160 yards to the air and 81 on the ground, 241 total is nothing to shake your head about in one half of football, but just happens to be almost double that by Washington in their first half. Do you have the scoring recap on the stats?
I don't think I got that.
I want to thank Wade Steinlage, by the way, from William Penn University.
And Jody. They wonderful job. We're able to get you guys all this information. And thank you to them, because they're helping us up here. It gets a little hectic. We're in tight quarters up here, and just a fantastic job by Wade and Jody coming down here and keeping these stats.
Yeah, we appreciate it very much. So, again, your halftime score, 42-12, Washington with the lead here at home over Oskaloosa in the first road game of the season for Oskaloosa. Take the show on the road again next week as we go to Fairfield next Friday night. So we're coming right back up this way, just down the road a little bit to the south to Fairfield, and then we get 2 straight home games. Come home against Norwalk,
which should be a tough one
in week 4, and then week 5 it is homecoming for the Indians, hosting Grinnell, and
that could be a tough one. So, I think next week we're going to be all right. We should be, but you want to start right now. Let's not. Let's play good football here in the second half and get on a roll and just tackle better, do your assignments, stay in your lanes, and play good, solid football here in the second half.
All right, well, we are in the Wood Iron Grill press box with Doug DeCock. I'm Jamie Brockman. We've got OVP students helping out tonight on the road. You've got Charlie North over on the Oskaloosa sidelines on our wireless mic. And here in the Wood Iron Grill press box running the camera is Camden Silvers. Thank you to both of them for making the trip here to Washington and making this broadcast available to you who are watching on the Indians Network presented by Craig Ford. So we go to the second half about to kick off. Oskaloosa will receive the football to start the second half, and we'll see if we can get something going early here and get a little of that momentum on our side. Hopefully see a lot less yellow on the field in the second half.
Yeah, just kind of looking down through the roster of Washington here, they've got a lot of junior. That junior class is pretty tough.
Yep.
They're going to lose Turner, but they're going to I think what they'll do, I saw Willis in pregame. He's a 6'5", 240 linebacker. I saw him throwing passes. So my guess is next year you're going to see him at quarterback, and probably because he's not on offense tonight. And then they've got a lot of guys that are going to be coming back. So this is going to be a program to reckon with here in the future. In the 9th grade game, they kind of put it on us too. I'm not sure what the final was. It was 36-12 or something like that.
There were some late scores by Oski in that one.
Yeah, but that one was not pretty either. So Washington football kind of has things rolling here right now.
All right, so here we go. Second half about to kick off here in Washington. Oskaloosa to receive the second half kick here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. I'm Jamie Brockman. Thanks for joining us tonight. And we need a big second half here for Oskaloosa. Kick again, fielded by Miller, about the 5-yard line. Starts up the middle, angles to the right, now toward the middle. He is wrapped up and driven back. Forward progress should put him about the 18-yard line, it appears. And the Oskaloosa Indians will have a long field to start with here in the second half.
Well, that was one bright spot for Oskaloosa. We had 111 yards of return yards in the first half, but Washington stiffens up there on the opening kickoff of the second half.
Indians Network presented by Craig Ford, a partnership between Thunder Country, KIIC, Oski News, and MCG in cooperation with the Oskaloosa Video Production and Oskaloosa Community School District. So here we go, first possession of the second half for Oskaloosa. And again, they start at their own 18-yard line, down 42-12. Creer coming in motion from the right. And they hand it off on the ground to Tyler Miller. And Miller, a short gain of about maybe just 1 to the 19-yard line, just shy of the 20. Quick hitter there for Tyler Miller, picks up 1. Second down and 9 from the 19.
Well, no, the other thing you're looking at here is, you don't want to go real fast. I mean, we got to be somewhat realistic here. You're down 30 points. Just run your offense, execute, and just see what happens here.
Two receivers split to the right. One left for Oskaloosa. Motion in the backfield, that's Creer. Will Schultz drops back to throw, looking for the screen. It is caught by Tyler Miller. Miller angling to the far sideline, and he is across the 20 to the 22. It's going to be another short gain of about 3.5 for Miller there on the reception from Will Schultz.
Well, good job by Schultz. Washington kind of sniffed that out there, and Schultz kept backpedaling and was just still able to get the ball to Miller as he broke in the open a little bit there. I'm impressed with Schultz. I'll be honest with you. I don't care what the score is. That young man's done a good job tonight.
Third down and 7 Indians from their own 21-yard line. Motion backfield, that is Miller. And there's the slant pass looking to Isaac Schultz at the 30. And it is caught and dropped as he was hit hard from behind right as the ball got to his hands. And it's been a couple of drops tonight by the senior Isaac Schultz. And again, he slaps his helmet and says, my bad.
Well, he had one against PC too, so he needs to get his hand. He's got better hands than that. We saw that last year. He's just I'm not sure what's going on.
Big touchdown in this first half for Isaac Schultz. So the Indians will punt to start the second half on their opening possession, and it is caught on the run at the 45-yard line. Flags on the play on the return as he angles it to the far side of the field. He's across the 30, around the 25 on the far sideline, I believe, but there is a flag.
I'm going to guess defensive holding during the punt, so I'll probably come back. They're usually when it's thrown from that sideline. If you're Oskaloosa, I would take if it's during the punt, I think you can take the 10 yards. We'll see here. If
officials are discussing.
That's probably what they're discussing. Was it before the kick or after the kick?
Here comes the call.
An eligible man downfield, Oskaloosa.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
If they can figure out a way to penalize us, they're doing it tonight.
Wow.
So that's going to obviously benefit the Demons and move them
They'll
forward.
decline it and take the ball right there.
So the return was across the 30. Looks like they're spotting it at the 25-yard line. Very short field to work with here on the first possession of the second half for Washington.
Oh, no, what's going on? Yeah. They do add it on, and they get the yardage.
Yep. So that's going to move it way deep into Indians territory. At the 13-yard line is where Washington will start their first possession of the second half. Wow. So Oskaloosa, a 3-and-out, and then a good punt return by Washington inside the 25-yard line, and then a ineligible man downfield on the Indians, and it's 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line for Washington. Motion from the left, and they fake it. Quarterback Turner keeps it straight ahead.
Jeez.
Touchdown.
He just ran right through a tackle. This is just not pretty, JB.
No, it is not. And one play and a touchdown for the Washington Demons. They lead now 48-12. 10:06 to go in the third quarter.
Well, we need to do some tackling drills this week. I mean, you're allotted so much time of contact. I'd certainly use every minute of it.
Kick is up and good by Stout, so it's now 49-12. Washington continues to dominate Oskaloosa here as, again, just a quarterback keep and just straight up the middle, 13 yards for the touchdown for the quarterback, Turner. So Turner has 4 touchdowns through the air, and I think that's his first on the ground, although he has had some big runs. But, tell you what, you give a team like Washington a very short field like that, and that's what's going to happen. Starting at the 13 of Oskaloosa.
Yeah. You can give them a long field tonight, and that's what's going to happen. Have they scored on every – I don't think they've punted.
I think I want to say there was one possession in the first half they didn't score on, but you may be right. It may be every one.
Wow.
So you're watching the Indians Network presented by Craig Ford, a partnership with Thunder Country KIIC, Oski News, and MCG, working with Oskaloosa Video Production and the Oskaloosa Community School District. 49-12. Washington, big lead here over Oskaloosa. Here comes the kick. And again, fielded inside the 5 near the goal line by Miller. Miller coming up the left side, and he's across the 20, 25, around the 26-yard line, I believe, is where they call him down.
Boy, they are so much more physical.
I take that back. They're going to say he was out about the 23.
Just on the kickoff there, you saw white jerseys flying backwards.
49-12, Washington over Oskaloosa. 9.5 minutes remain in the third quarter. Second possession of the second half here for Oskaloosa. Spry and Isaac Schultz wide to the right side. To the left is Noah Van Veldhuizen. Oskaloosa keeps it on the ground. Will Schultz, and he is hit hard as he crosses the 30, and just across the 30 at the 31. And you are right, Doug. I don't know if you can see the hits that are being made here on the camera, but man, I mean, they're not just tackling; they are
punishing us.
They absolutely are. Will Schultz took a huge hit right there as he crossed the 30. Gain of 8, second down and 2. And that play goes nowhere, no gain. As the handoff to Tyler Miller. 3rd and 2.
Well, it's been a while, JB, since we've been in this situation. I mean, I remember the loss to Xavier in the playoffs, and I was just telling you, we stood toe-to-toe with them, kind of through the first half, and then they pulled away with some big runs. But it's been a while since Oskaloosa's been dominated like this.
2 receivers split to each side for Will Schultz. Schultz throws. It is caught at the 35-yard line, immediately tackled by Washington. That's Holmberg with the reception, Cale Holmberg.
Another first down for Oskaloosa.
Yeah, we had 11 first downs in the first half. That's our first here in the second half. So moves the chains, 1st and 10, Oski at their own 34-yard line. Will Schultz rolling right, throwing on the run. He's looking to Holmberg. It is through his hands, incomplete.
Well, we ran a flood over here. We had 3 guys went through Holmberg's hands, almost made it to Schultz, and then Cooper Spry. He was on the 3rd level. So we flooded this side, and to be honest with you, 2 of them were open.
Yeah, why can't we get a break like Washington did on that 88-yard touchdown?
Tip touchdown.
Yep. So it brings up 2nd down and 10. Oski from their own 33-yard line. Trips to the right this time. Will Schultz looking to go to the air. He's throwing to Cooper Spry. Spry down to the field, makes a great catch at the 48-yard line. Another 1st down, picks up 15 yards.
Coop, that is. What a catch there by Spry on the short throw. Gets his hands underneath the ball, and nice play by Cooper Spry.
Just shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. 1st down, Oskaloosa. Trips to the left this time. 1 to the right. That's Noah Van Veldenhuizen to the right. Holmberg, Spry, and Schultz all split to the left. Miller in the backfield with Will Schultz. Schultz rolls to his left, then tries to cut to the middle, and he is wrapped up and swarmed by black and orange back at the 43-yard line. That's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Well, Washington D-line did a good job of staying in their lanes right there. They're just trying to not let Schultz have any lanes to step up through and break free, and they're doing a good job. They're kind of playing they've got 3 down linemen. They'll send 1 linebacker, but they're playing a little passive right now. They're going to come with 2 linebackers this time.
2nd and 15, Oskaloosa. Will Schultz looking to throw. He's looking to his brother Isaac. Spry was in the vicinity as well, but it's incomplete.
Now that one about got picked off. That Washington guy tried to jump the route. He missed it, but if he'd have got that, it might have been 6.
3rd down and 15, Indians.
We got running clock. I didn't even think about that.
I was wondering when that actually goes into
35.
effect.
At 35, that goes into effect, and we're at 37. So we got running clock here in Washington.
2 receivers to each side. Miller in the backfield. Now Miller going in motion. Will Schultz pump fakes, now runs. He's to midfield, 45, still forward. Got the 1st down and more.
Penalty.
He's across the 40, and we've got a flag flying from behind. Looks like against the Indians. Going to wipe out another nice, hard Will Schultz run.
Well, I think whoever your backup quarterback is, I think I'd take a look at him.
Well,
just so you don't get Will injured.
Yeah.
I mean, what good is it now with a running clock? Just we need to get out of here without any injuries.
Reed Brown would be the backup quarterback.
Well, or Flaherty.
Or Flaherty. Yep.
Reed's playing defense, so, let Flaherty come in there and throw it around a little bit. That's what I would do. Will is, you got to remember, he's a sophomore, and there's a big difference going up against seniors. And I know he was a little sore last week, but I think I'd just say, hey, bud, great job tonight. Let's regroup and go at him next week.
49-12. Holding against Oski. Declined, and a block in the back.
Yeah.
They call 2 penalties. They're both declined. Holding.
No, they took one of them.
Yeah. Not sure. They called a hold and a block in the back there on that run by Schultz. And it's going to march the Indians backward. Where are they spotting this? Looks like about the 37-yard line.
I wish the clock was running through all that.
So it's going to be a 3rd and long, Oski. Will Schultz looking to throw, and incomplete. Middle of the field, right around the 47-yard line. He was looking to Holmberg, and it's incomplete. So 4th down and long from the Indian 38-yard line.
I see big 64. It was in there. That would be that Tommy Melton that moved in. He was just on the field. Try to keep you update on as we get some subs in here.
Will Schultz looking to punt. Flag thrown by the sideline judge. And it is fumbled. Ball is loose. Oskaloosa says they're on it on the far side. I don't know that it's going to matter, though, as there is a flag on the play as the kick was in the air. So Washington received the punt, fumbled it. Oskaloosa appears to have covered it on the far side, but guess what? Another flag. And it certainly, Oskaloosa's body language looks like it's not favoring them. False start on the Indians. So Washington's just going to say re-kick it.
That's all right.
Well, we've been called for everything tonight, Doug. We've been called for holding, been called for false starts, been called for ineligible man downfield.
Washington deserves a lot of credit. Just the little things that they're doing tonight, and I've mentioned this numerous times, and I'll say it again. They catch the punts.
Yes.
And they're not, you'll see a lot of teams will line up at the 20-yard line and then run in, and then the ball hits and bounces 20 more. Uh-oh, that ain't good.
Bad snap. Schultz goes way back, picks it up,
no.
and trying to make something happen. He is going to be swarmed and flung down around inside the 10-yard line.
Well,
we gotta fix those punt snaps too, Doug. That's 3 times I can think of in the first 2 games that we've had a bad snap like that on a punt.
Yeah.
And this is what happens as a result. You give the other team the ball.
Sometimes you get
the 7-yard line.
You get one, and then you start thinking about it, and all of a sudden, you know.
Anything that can go wrong is and has gone wrong tonight for Oskaloosa. And third quarter clock running, 3:18 remains third quarter. Washington takes over first and goal at the Oski 7.
And Willis is in at quarterback.
Yeah, and as he's being drugged down, he throws. And it is caught. It is caught. Wow.
Well, these plays look like running plays.
Oski had him wrapped up too, Doug. And
he's big. He's 6'5", 240. So, and once again, if you weren't tuned in earlier, he has half of a left arm. He's an incredible athlete.
Great basketball player.
Plays basketball. So.
Wow. So touchdown Washington. One play again. So 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, Doug, for Washington. 20 total yards of offense. They started at the 13 and the 7 here in this third quarter. And the PAT kick just clears the goalpost, the crossbar, and it is good. So add one more. It's now 56-12 Washington, adding to their lead here over Oskaloosa. 56-12 Washington. 2:52 to go. Third quarter. Running clock is in effect here in the second half. Boy, I mean, what is it that Washington is just doing? Obviously, they've got great field possession, their first 2 possessions here in the second half. But aside from that, what is it that they're doing that is just absolutely dominating Oskaloosa? They're playing more physical.
Yeah, I mean, they're the better team. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, but did you? I mean, I didn't expect they were this much better.
I didn't. I honestly, when I saw the score at Marion, I was like, uh-oh, they're pretty good, you know.
Well, Coach Jenkins was telling me that watching the film of Marion must be quite down this year. He said he wasn't really, Marion really didn't look all that tough.
I just, we just physically cannot match up to these guys. And what impresses me is their speed, too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're faster, they're stronger, and they're a good football team. I'll tell you what, they've got to play Iowa City or Liberty.
High ranked.
And they beat Iowa City West last week. That'll be interesting to see that. That game's next week.
Here comes the kick. And it's going to be just across the goal line for a touchback.
They got Solon. They got Liberty. And we'll see what Mount Pleasant does tonight. But I'm telling you, with that schedule, they could be a one-loss team, possibly two, that makes it into the playoffs. Because you would think Oskaloosa is going to end up getting things turned around here a little bit. I would say worst case scenario would be 6-3, wouldn't you?
I would sure think so.
But I'd like to hope so.
Next 2 weeks are going to be tough. You've got Fairfield on the road next week. Should be a winnable game.
Yeah, that one should be.
And then two tough games at home against Norwalk in week 4, and then Grinnell coming in for homecoming on week 5.
Yeah.
Here is the pitch in the backfield to Miller. He eludes one tackler. Now trying to change direction and find some sort of a hole. Nothing there, and they wrap him up. Play whistle dead around the 18-yard line. Actually loses a couple. So 2nd down and 12 for the Indians from the 18-yard line. Now, Doug, you're just looking for positives to take back home right now. Just finish drives, get some positive momentum going.
Well, you're going to have to study the film and find out what is going on with all these penalties.
Will Schultz back to throw, tried the swing pass backfield to Miller, and it's in and out of his hands, incomplete.
We're going to have to go back to basics on blocking and staying inside the framework. And it looks like we got a Washington guy down.
Yeah, there is a demon down on the field around the 15-yard line.
Is that Willis? You hate seeing guys get hurt when the score is 56-12. And if it is Willis, it's not a point system anymore for the playoffs, so you don't get – if you beat somebody by more than 15, you get plus 15 max or whatever. I don't think they do that anymore.
No. It's strength of schedule,
yeah,
RPI now.
Yeah.
So all 9 games do count, whether they're district or not, when it comes down to it in the end.
Which is good. I like that. They may need to tweak a few things, but they got it. I like the way they got it. I did not like it when all these teams made the playoffs. Everybody and their sister made it.
3 and 6 teams making the playoffs.
I don't like that. They got it pretty close.
Yep.
You got to have a good year. You got to play people.
There's a lot of 7-2 teams that get left out because district champions are automatically in the playoffs.
Right.
And then from there, it's wild card. Wild card based on RPI.
Your opponent's record.
Yep. So after the injury, Will Schultz passes over left side. It's complete. Short gain to about the 23.
I think Washington's.
No, just across the 20.
Washington's emptied out. I don't know for sure, but I would think most of their starters are out.
And Oskaloosa is going to punt now on 4th and 9. I will say this, Doug. Other than the one big touchdown play from Schultz to Schultz, it doesn't seem like Oskaloosa, we had 241 yards offense in the first half. It just didn't feel like it. And it doesn't feel like we've really moved the ball much at all here in the second half. There's a nice bounce and roll on the punt from Schultz.
After I said Washington was doing such a great job of not letting that happen, and there they go. And those could be backups in there, too. But that's one of my pet peeves. I hate that.
Third quarter will wind down here before the snap. So we're going to end the third quarter in Washington, and Washington holding a commanding 56-12 lead over Oskaloosa as the third quarter horn sounds here in Washington. So we are through 3 quarters. Washington 56, Oskaloosa 12. You're watching Indians football here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. Let's bring in Charlie North again over on the Oskaloosa sideline with our wireless mic. And I got to believe there's just not a whole lot of energy over there right now, Charlie. But what's the talk over there? What is Oskaloosa hoping to accomplish here before the bus ride home?
Right now, it just seems like they're trying to gain some of their dignity back and try and come out of here on a positive note. Just come out and get some of the younger guys a little experience and just keep the guys who maybe got beaten down a little bit tonight, keep them high energy and ready to go for next week.
Is that Keaton Flaherty warming up right there?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I thought maybe we'd see him tonight. So,
all right, thank you, Charlie. Over on the Oskaloosa Indians sideline. So Washington takes over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive at their own 31-yard line. They've got some subs in the game. And they run it straight up the gut, angling to the left, a couple yards to the 33. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Fourth quarter just underway, running clock with Washington leading 56-12. We're in the Wood Iron Grill press box. Doug DeCock to my left. I'm Jamie Brockman. In between us, the cameraman tonight from OVP is Camden Silvers. And on the Oskaloosa sideline and the wireless mic, Charlie North, also from the OVP program at Oskaloosa High School. They fake the handoff on the sweep. Quarterback keeps it straight forward. And again, just a short gain of 1. So bring up a 3rd and approximately 7 here for Washington.
And the quarterback is Willis right now. Trayshawn Willis. He's a 6'6". Oh, this has him at 205. 6'6", 205. A junior. I see there's another Willis on the team. Tavian, number 53. So they had an older brother that was a really good player too.
Now, Treshawn is one of their starting linebackers, and he comes in here as a quarterback with a 56-12 lead. Pass almost intercepted there by Cody Gunn and broken up incomplete. Gunn had a shot at it, so did Mason Ford. And first time in the game, we believe, first time this game, Washington will punt the football.
Yeah, Tyler Miller back here.
Well, Oskaloosa is going to have a lot of work to do, obviously, over the next week as they, again, are on the road next week at Fairfield. We'll have it right here on the Indians Network next Friday. Pregame will be at 7, kickoff at 7:30. And then we get to come back home for 2 weeks, week 4 and 5. Ooh, trouble on the reception by Miller. Picks it up, escapes one tackle, escapes another, 40, 35, 45, and out near midfield. He's down around the 48-yard line. So Miller turns nothing into something there. He gets near midfield.
Well, that was a heck of a play by Miller. That low center of gravity after he picked the ball up, and he just squirts through there. He's got explosive speed, but he stays low to the ground, and he's a tough guy to bring down.
First down, Oskaloosa, starting just shy of midfield. Let's see if they can do something here, as Washington does have some backups in on defense. Still have some starters out there as well.
Well, let's see who Oski brings out there.
Well, they go with Keaton Flaherty and give him some reps.
Looks like you got some new guys in here. Number 18, David Nelson. It's going to be in.
He'll be wide left here.
Flaherty's in at quarterback.
All right, Keaton Flaherty, the Pella Christian transfer, sophomore in at quarterback. Fumble picked up by Washington. 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
Well, not a good start.
Touchdown Washington on the bobbled snap there. On the first snap this season to Keaton Flaherty. Bobbled the snap. Football was loose, picked up by Washington, and he rumbles and stumbles into the end zone the other way.
Wow.
62-12. And the running clock, but we still have 8:45 to go in this football game, and that clock can't hit zeros quick enough for Oskaloosa, most likely. Here comes the PAT kick attempt. Hey, reminder, Tuesday we have Oskaloosa volleyball here on the Indians Network. Well, the extra point never really developed. They snapped the ball. It laid on the turf. I think Oskaloosa jumped on it, but it's just an extra point. You can't advance, so that was weird.
Yeah.
But No PAT. So 62-12, Washington leads. 8:45 to go in the football game. So Tuesday night we'll be in the Oskaloosa gym, and we'll have Oskaloosa volleyball as the Lady Indians host DCG in Little Hawkeye Conference volleyball. Oskaloosa out to a great start after they started out 1-2 at Knoxville, and they then got that sweep over Bondurant Farrar. They swept Grinnell to start Little Hawkeye Conference play. Tomorrow they've got a tough tournament that they're going to be competing in Cedar Rapids. And then Tuesday, as we said, they're home against DCG. And we'll have that match Tuesday night right here on the Indians Network with our pre-match starting around 6:40 and the first serve scheduled for 7 o'clock Tuesday.
Now, what do they call? They call a soccer field a pitch.
Yep.
When did they start doing that? I mean, that's been fairly recent. I don't follow soccer, but everybody now says, well, they're on the pitch. I don't remember that 10 years ago.
I think it's been a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they call a volleyball court something different? They have a name for it?
No, not that I'm aware of. Just the floor, I don't know.
Football field's football field.
Gridiron.
Soccer field.
Gridiron.
Soccer field. That's right, gridiron. Soccer field's a pitch.
Here's a kick. Fielded by Miller at his 5-yard line. Straight up the middle. It crosses the 20. Driven back. Forward momentum should be just across the 20. By Washington just excelling in every area of the game tonight, Doug. They're not even really allowing much on these returns other than one that Miller got 30, 35 yards or so on. They're covering everything well.
Yeah, that's going to be quite a game next week. Washington versus Iowa City Liberty.
Yes.
Which is North Liberty, basically. They just built a high school there, and they're 3A. And they're good.
Yeah, I think they're ranked like 4th.
Yeah, they should be if they beat Iowa City West.
Well, Keaton Flaherty stays in at quarterback, and they keep the ball on the ground. Who is that? That's
number 7. That would be Andrew Else.
Andrew Else with the carry.
Yeah, we need to try to get everybody's number here. We got 75 on the line. 75, 56. 75 is Nicholas Tomez. Try to get you caught up on who's in the game as Oskaloosa's emptying the bench here a little bit. Nice little cross buck action.
56 is Cale Bollinger. He's a starter on
he's a
defense. He's left guard. You're right.
Who was that?
Number 18, you mentioned him earlier, David Nelson in at wide receiver, a sophomore.
Landon Hunel right there, number 33, a sophomore on the run. So some sophomores getting some action here.
I think Carson Jensko's in on the far right.
Yeah, in the slot there.
Yep. He's, of course, doing our kicking with Blom out. There's throw by Flaherty, caught by Else at the 40, 45, and near midfield before he's driven out of bounds, about the 49-yard line.
Nice little run there by Else. Put his shoulder down.
So Keaton Flaherty, the transfer from Pella Christian, he's the cousin of Isaac and Will Schultz. He's a 6'2 sophomore. Quite a good basketball player. Going to be fun to watch this winter, adding to our championship team from a year ago. But we're going to see, I think, a good quarterback battle the next 3 years between the two cousins, Isaac Schultz and Keaton Flaherty. Flaherty showing his arm, going to the air, far sideline, incomplete. Coach Dowd says Flaherty is probably the best passer out of the three. Reed Brown, Isaac Schultz, and Keaton Flaherty, that were all battling for quarterback position. And Flaherty showed that arm right there. That looked relatively effortless, and he threw it downfield.
Yeah, trying to hit Cooper Spry on a go route down the sideline there and just overthrew him.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Keaton Flaherty rolling to his right. Pressure from behind. Throws off his back foot. It is intercepted. Intercepted at the Washington 45-yard line. And they return it back across midfield to the Indians 46.
Oh, boy. I hope they don't score. Well, how much time's left?
5.5 minutes. Clock is running. It's the continuous clock here, as it has been the whole second half. And Washington holding a 62-12 lead. You'd think maybe they take their foot off the gas here but they do have a lot of subs out there getting some playing time on Friday night. So you don't really want to. I mean, you want to give those kids a chance to succeed as well. So we'll see what they do. 2 receivers to each side. Willis still the quarterback. And again, as Doug mentioned, Willis a tremendous athlete, but basically a one-armed athlete out there. He has about a little less than half of his left arm. And a great linebacker, good basketball player, and in at quarterback here late in the ball game. There's a jet sweeper on the left side, and he's going to be hit shy of the line of scrimmage. Leland Evans on the tackle, junior.
All right. Leland's got a good motor. He's a good tackler. He's a wrestler.
Oh, yeah. Donovan Teague's in the game as well, number 8, a sophomore.
Number 65 is in there. Is that Browning?
Yeah, that's Hunter Brown.
Hunter Brown in at linebacker.
6'1 junior. Hunter Brown and Isaac Schultz were the camera operators on our pregame interview we did yesterday with Coach Jake Jenkins. Here's Willis running the football himself and tried a shirt tackle there, and he got away from that. Spins to the 40 before he's wrapped up and stopped.
I'm grabbing him around the head. We got to learn to go low.
Blake Westerkamp's in the game on that front defensive line. He's a 6-foot sophomore, number 60.
Well, I did not see this one on the schedule, JB. I got to admit. I had this one chalked up as a W. And, man, what a good football team they got here in Washington.
Handoff in the backfield, left side.
Well, that's a good hard run.
Yeah, he's across the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Number 23, Javon Stewart. He's a sophomore, 5'7", 155.
Boy, I tell you, there's a lot of sophomores and juniors that are playmakers on this Washington team, isn't there, Doug?
Yeah, there is. And they're without one of their better linemen tonight. I think he's a defensive lineman.
Yeah. Zane Laws.
And he's big.
6'4", 220. Arm in a sling, did not play tonight. 2 receivers to each side. First down, Washington. Across the Oski 35-yard line. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Now he pitches on the option. Across the 30. 25, wrapped up and driven back. Well, I tell you what, they are so hard to bring down, even their subs. I mean, if you look at that play, Colin Snicker had him at the waist and was just hanging on, and he was being drugged forward until 3 other Indians were able to join him and drive him back.
Yeah, they are hard runners. This is amazing, kind of amazing. I think it's amazing to watch. Willis back there with one arm.
Yep.
He hits his thigh pad for a clap, and then he fields the ball.
Second and short from the Indian 25-yard line. First down and more as they run it out to the 20.
Well,
they're inside the red zone now.
Clock expires before they get in the end zone. They're not going to run a hurry up, are they?
Tell you what, our red zone this year for Oskaloosa football is
the Jim Else red zone,
sponsored by Eye Care Partners and Penn Central Mall, Dr. Jim Else. And I don't think the Indians have been in the red zone tonight because
they skipped over it.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, Jimbo.
And if they have been in it certainly has been a long time and not often. So, yeah, Dr. Jim Else and Eye Care Partners didn't get much red zone coverage tonight, but
we'll give it to them now.
Yep.
My kids, they go there. I haven't been there in a while because my eyes haven't been bad, but they're getting bad. There we go.
Oh, they're going to take a knee. Look at that. They're going to go ahead and call the Dogs off here with 1:26 to go in the game. Running clock. Oskaloosa obviously won't attempt to stop the clock. Washington is just going to run the play clock down here. You get 40 seconds on the play clock now. So they're going to have to snap it one more time. That's it. So they'll take another knee. Victory formation. And they'll take the knee, and that will end the game. 62-12 is going to be your final score tonight here from Washington. Demons are going to head into week 3 with a lot of momentum, confidence, and why not? 27-6 win over Marion and a 62-12 win over Oskaloosa. And there's the snap. There's the knee. And that will be the final snap of the football game as we're under 40 seconds, and that's the play clock, so that'll be the final snap. 62-12 is going to be your final tonight here in Washington. Obviously not the night that Oskaloosa Indians were planning or hoping for, but they were just outmanned early in this football game, and often as Washington really, they deserve this win. They played hard. They did all the right things. The breaks went their way when they needed them, but they just simply outplayed Oskaloosa tonight. No other way to say it. 62-12 your final. Oskaloosa falls to 1-1, and Washington goes to 2-0 on the season. Oski back on the road next Friday night as they will come right back up to this territory. They'll play at Fairfield next Friday. We'll have it right here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. 7 o'clock pregame and 7:30 kickoff next Friday night. Charlie North is down on the Oskaloosa sideline, and we'll see if he can get a word with Coach Jenkins here on the postgame. I know Coach likes to quickly get over and huddle with his team and have words, so we'll see if we can get a word or two with Coach Jenkins here before we call tonight from Washington. So enjoy your weekend, everybody. Don't forget, coming up Tuesday, it's Oskaloosa volleyball. We'll have the Indian volleyball team on the air here on Tuesday. Pre-match will be about 6:40, and first service scheduled for 7 o'clock Tuesday night from the Oskaloosa gym as Oski takes on DCG in volleyball. So if you can't be in the gym, please join us right here on the Indians Network. And then Wednesday, of course, you can see the latest edition of Indians Corner, which we film every Sunday at 2 o'clock at the Thunder Country Oski News office and studio there, located in Penn Central Mall. So we'll gather the coaches and chat with them Sunday at 2 o'clock as we film that show, and then you can see it Wednesday at 4 p.m. on MCG Channel 7 each and every week. And you can also see it on the Oski News YouTube page. Usually comes out on Tuesday. The Indians Corner each and every week. And then Friday night, Indian football returns to the network as we hit the road, go to Fairfield Friday night with the pregame at 7 and the kickoff at 7:30. All right, Charlie North, whenever you're near Coach or you're able, just go ahead. We have your mic on. We'll wait for you. But
okay, I got Coach here.
Go ahead.
Okay, Coach, that was a tough game. How do you guys come back from that next week?
Oh, man, it's going to be really tough. We got our guys waiting for me right now. We need to respond. We need to not quit and just find a way to fix a lot of mistakes. That's all I got for now.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Charlie. So obviously, Coach, not a whole lot to say there. Just this is a game that you want to forget, but yet you don't want to forget. You need to learn from this. You need to go through the tape. You need to look at all the painful moments of this game, learn from them, improve from them, and get better, Doug. And that's what Coach just said.
Absolutely. You gotta figure out your tackling. You got to figure out how to block without holding. You got a lot to work on here, and those are techniques, and we need to go back to basics, simple stuff, because there was a lot of mistakes obviously tonight.
Absolutely. Well, Charlie North just made his way into the press box actually, so he's here now with us in the Wood Iron Grill press box. And Charlie, I was just going to ask your thoughts. Did a great job for the first time down there on the microphone for us, so we appreciate that. But obviously just not what any of us were expecting coming on this road trip to Washington tonight.
No, it wasn't. They just kind of came out a little bit flat. They tried to make a couple pushbacks, but just the penalties and the mistakes just kept battering down those pushes.
Yeah, that's a good point. There was a point there early in the second quarter, midway through the second quarter, that we had actually answered back and was making a game of it, and then we just had more bad breaks, and that kind of just, like you said, broke us.
Yeah, tell me what you were seeing on the sideline, Charlie, with the coaches. What were they coaching the kids about? What were they talking about in between offensive, defensive series, things like that?
For the defense, it was just a lot of early in the game. For example, in those broken plays, a lot of times the ball gets by them and they just kind of wait for the next play. And they were kind of getting on them, trying to get them to play all the way through the whistle. And that's kind of, you could tell a lot of those plays just to they got way too many yards on it.
Yep. Well, Doug, this is gonna be leaning on the seniors and the veterans here. We've got a lot of young guys on the field. We knew coming into the season that there were going to be some growing pains a little bit. I mean, you've got 3,000 yards to replace from a year ago with Henry and shoot. Why can't?
Casey Hill.
Thank you.
Sorry about
Goodness
that.
sakes. And it didn't seem to hurt us too much against Pellicristian, but I think that definitely hurt tonight. And you saw some of the growing pains with some of the new faces on the line and some of the new faces in the skill positions. But Oskaloosa is going to have to go and regroup, and we're going to have to lean on the seniors here to try to rally these young kids, I think, and lead by example.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and there's we're only 2 games in here. There's a long way to go. We haven't even started districts, so we just gotta regroup. Sometimes a good butt kicking like this can straighten you up, to be honest with you, and maybe bring you back down to earth, and you go, hey, we got to get to work, and we got to tackle, we got to be tough, and nothing's going to come easy. So, you hate to lose, and you hate to lose like this, but sometimes that can be the kick in the butt that you need.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be the you can fold and quit here, or you can improve, get better, and be determined not to let this happen again. In fact, if I'm some of the seniors on this team, I think one thing I do is I think I clip this score and I put it on my locker and I look at it every single day, and I remember,
a good point.
and I remember like, hey, this ain't going to happen again.
Yeah.
So
it's I'm looking at some stats here. It weird stats. Oskaloosa actually had 15 first downs. Washington had 14. So
with 80 and 70-yard scoring plays, they didn't need them.
Yeah, they ended with 405 total yards. We ended with 268. Those 2 short scoring drives, but I don't know if it's even worth going through all these stats.
No, just tell me the skill players for Oski what they had.
Let's see here.
So Washington had 416 at halftime. What did they end up with?
Miller had 9 attempts for 49 yards. Schultz 11 attempts for 39 yards. Andrew Else had 1 attempt for 11. Kale Holmberg 3 attempts for 10. Passing, Schultz 12 for 25, 1 interception, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns. Luke Turner for Washington, well, he ended up just 8 for 12. That was his halftime stats also. So, yeah, it's not pretty.
Tell the story,
Pass receiving, looks like Tyler Miller. Let's see. Tyler Miller had 6 receptions for 84 yards. Isaac Schultz 2 for 60. And then you had Creer with 2, Cooper Spry with 1, Andrew Else with 1, and Holmberg with 1 reception. So that's kind of the stats there. I don't think we need to go through Washington's stats.
No, a lot.
Yeah.
They had a lot. So I want to bring the crew on camera for you here real quick. Give you a quick look at everybody that you saw tonight. You can see to my left here in the black T-shirt, if you want to wave, Camden. That is Camden Silvers. I'll move this way. There we go. Camden Silvers. He was our camera operator tonight, making the trip up from Oskaloosa as part of the OVP program. And on the other side there, you see with the headphones on, that's Charlie North. He was the voice on the sidelines tonight. Doug, if you want to lean in a little bit, there he is. There's Double D Doug DeCock, and then there's me, Jamie Brockman. So that's your crew tonight. Thank you, guys. You did a great job. Thanks to everybody at OVP for partnering up with us this year and making all these things possible. And Double D, thanks to you as well. I know it wasn't the outcome we wanted, but, hey, we're only 2 games in. We get 7 more weeks or more to go.
You bet. And, good job, guys. Even though the game didn't go like we wanted, hopefully we did a good job for the fans.
All right. So, again, your final score is 62-12. Washington wins over Oskaloosa at home. They go to 2-0 as Oski drops to 1-1. And the Indians will obviously have some work to do as they regroup and come back on Monday in practice. So again, coming up here on the Indians Network, don't forget Tuesday night, it's Oski High School Volleyball as Oski hosts DCG. We'll have our pre-match coverage about 6:40. First serve scheduled for 7 o'clock at the Oski Gym on Tuesday. And then Friday, we hit the road again for football as we go to Fairfield. Pre-game will be at 7 o'clock, kickoff 7:30 on Friday night here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. Indians Network, a partnership between Thunder Country, KIIC, Oski News, and MCG. And for everybody on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford, my name is Jamie Brockman. Thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll see you Tuesday night with Oski Volleyball and Oski at Fairfield Football next Friday right here on the Indians Network, presented by Craig Ford. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
He probably had it 12.